All right. Greetings, Force fans, and welcome to the first ever live Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the
For the
Force.
Force!
All right, guys, this was gonna just be Friday Night Rage, but now it's turning into a celebratory Friday Night Rage because
Hoorah!
today I managed to cross the 1,000 threshold. So, way to go, me.
Yeah.
There we go. So before we get started, guys, we're going to take us through some introductions so everybody knows who everybody is. So first off, I guess that'll be me. I am Darth Rage. So I am Darth Rage. This is Darth Rage Reviews. I do lightsabers. I do cosplay, things like that I'm working on right now, Clone Trooper. And yeah, that's about it. This is my first live stream, and so I've invited creators that basically these are the guys that I like their content the most, and I wanted them all here to share this the first time that I went live. So that is me. Next up, we've got Darth Phoenix. So we've got two Phoenixes in the house today, guys.
Be specific when you say Phoenix.
Yeah, right.
So this is Darth Phoenix. This is Braden. Braden, give yourself an introduction.
Hi, I'm Darth Phoenix. I spin lightsabers. I'm a font creator. Everything lightsabers, pretty much. Kind of got my toe in all sorts of it. I'm pretty much over on TikTok, but I'm gonna soon start posting on YouTube. And yeah, really excited to be here.
There we go. There we go. And then right next to him, right next door, would be the other Phoenix, and this is Jedi Phoenix 1976.
How's it going, everyone? Glad to be here on Darth Rage's maiden voyage. I am just one of the local resident Star Wars nuts and Saber fans, and a little bit of everything, and just happy to be here. Happy Friday, guys.
Yes. Next up, we're going to go down below him so this is weird because the last time we did this, you were hosting and I had the lightsaber. This time I'm hosting and you have my lights. Well, it's your lightsaber now. So this would be Mr. Mid-Ohio Jedi Order. We're talking about Brian. And look at there.
How we doing, y'all? Yes, my name is Brian, Mid-Ohio Jedi Order, and I did win a beautiful lightsaber that was custom weathered from Darth Rage Reviews himself, Timmy, and I do appreciate that. I mostly just do stupid things on the internet. Sometimes I do lightsaber stuff. Namely, my brother and I, Jim, we just kind of hang out. We do reviews. We review lightsabers. We review whatever we can think of to review. We do a lot of live streams, have a lot of crazy fun.
And good to have you here, sir. Good to have you here.
I am very happy to be here.
What is the Blues Brother? Elvis, please tell everybody.
I think I might have lost your Rage.
Yeah, I got a little muffled there at the end.
All right, well, I think he was introducing me. So, hey, everyone, I am the Blues Bro. Yeah, I'm Elvis. I make stuff on YouTube, and I'm on Instagram. I don't really do anything other than talk about lightsaber nerdy stuff. I don't know. And I got a 3D printer, so I've done some nerdy stuff with 3D printers. But I had a moment, like, 2 minutes ago when Rage was like, these are all my favorites that I like to watch, and I was like, damn, before I made YouTube videos, Rage is like my favorite guy to watch, and Zach, and then Zach brought me onto a stream, and I was like, oh dude, I'm like with celebrities, this is so weird, and now Rage saying it, oh man, that's so cool. You bring warmth to my heart, Tim.
Well,
thank you so much.
I'm glad. So can people hear me again?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, good. All right, this next guest really needs no introduction. He is the Godfather. He is my brother in the Force. Yeah, it's our good friend, Darth Ravens.
So that is a true statement. I am his brother in the Force. We have started this journey basically at the same time. This dude's been with me from the very beginning. If you guys are not noticing, I'm in my original colors tonight, red and purple, because this is how I was when I met this man, and I wanted to pay tribute to that.
Oh, nice.
But yes, I am Darth Ravens. I am your favorite Sith Lord with a beak. I just met my very first other Sith Lord with a bird name, so that's going to get a little awkward, but it was nice to meet him. But yes, I am a lightsaber reviewer. Trying to move a little bit more into just all nerdy content in general. I call my house a nest. And I'm extremely proud of my brother tonight, and I'm extremely honored to be invited onto this, and I would not have rather been anywhere else. And congratulations to Darth Rage, very well deserved, and cheers to you, my friend.
Welcome, thank you, and thank you. All right, I forget that I'm supposed to be doing all these comment things too.
Oh, I didn't even look. So bad at that.
Head jumping.
Yeah, this is the good part about not having to host.
Yeah, you can just sit back and relax.
I've been
Thanks, yeah.
commenting.
Nice, really nice. Hey, Mama.
Hey,
Mama's
Mama.
in the house.
Hey, Mama.
You're already here, but look at that.
Yeah. hit that
Good
line.
advice.
Hit the
Good
line.
advice. All right, guys. So we're going to have, a little bit of a structure today. So I've sent these guys all homework that they had to work on because we're going to be kind of talking about some specific things today. So the first thing that I really, yes, I was serious about that. So, you may want to start writing stuff down.
I have a pen.
Before
I mean,
into talking about specifics, and really, I wanted to do this one just because we've got a lot of different age groups here, and for me, I was raised on the original trilogy, and I know Ravens is a prequel guy. He was kind of raised on that, and Braden, I don't even know how old you are, so I don't know.
I'm 16.
Okay, so you were probably
Prequels.
the prequel. You were too young for the prequels, even. So. For those in 76, I'm guessing that's your birthday, in which case we're very, very close in age. And so we've got very similar, and Brian, I think also with you. Elvis, I'm not sure how old you are, but
83.
So yeah, so you knew it before it was Star Wars. No, so it's I'm thinking he's saying that his birthday and not how old he was.
Born 83, yeah.
You look very good.
76, yeah.
So for those of us that were there for the original trilogy, and after that long gap in between, there was a time where Star Wars was not very healthy. It was, there were books that were out there that we were kind of clinging to, hopes of another trilogy, a prequel trilogy or a sequel trilogy, but it was really all kind of, we were hanging on to this original thing. When Disney bought it, I think a lot of people were really scared, because Disney can destroy some things. I think with their recent, the Marvel purchase and the Star Wars purchase, I think that they have treated these very, very well as a whole. And I just wanted your guys' feelings, basically. What do you feel like the current health of Star Wars is? So if it's a 1 to a 5, for me, I'm giving it, it's going to be a 4.5. 5, 4, probably 4, because I don't want to give it a full-on 5 yet. And a 4 because I still feel like we're kind of recovering from the sequel trilogy. There were parts I loved. There were parts I hated. It just... But Mandalorian, holy shit. Bad Batch first season was but you can tell it's going to be better. Last season of the Clone Wars, wow. Book of Boba Fett, we don't even need to see it yet. We know it's going to be good. So for me, the current health of Star Wars, I'm going to give it a 4.25. So Braden, what do you think?
I think that there's two things that I would like. I think it's two different categories. I think like the community and then Star Wars itself, like the films and films and TV shows, because as far as the movies and TV shows, I straight up give it a 5. Like, we're getting some of the best Star Wars media that we've ever gotten with High Republic, Mandalorian, last season of Clone Wars. But then the community is still really, really hurting after that sequels. So, I mean, I'd probably put that in like a 2.5, because, I mean, it just seems like every time you bring up something sequels related, you got to be careful who you're going to talk to, because
this, and two, I think this is much more prevalent on TikTok than it is on YouTube. But basically, anytime you bring up Rey on TikTok, there is going to be a huge outpouring of hate and love, and then people are going to kind of go at each other about it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, for me, when the prequels came out, people don't realize this. A lot of people hated the prequels when they first came out. Yeah. But the people that liked it, didn't hate the people that hated it, and the people that hated it didn't hate the people that liked it. Mm-hmm. Whereas now, if somebody honestly doesn't like Rey, I don't give a shit. But the people that really like Rey, I mean, they feel like they need to defend her with their. I mean, it's just I don't get the reactions that they give. But that's me. Well, but I completely agree.
Yeah, but then also like going back to the like TikTok thing with the hate, like I had a friend who like bought a Rey cosplay, made some videos with it, and then literally got bullied into giving up cosplay for like 6 months, 8 months, just because of the amount of hate that she got on those videos. Like it's really bad.
You say Rey Skywalker and people go ballistic.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sorry, I've got a box right over here that's official that has Rey Skywalker on it. So The bitch wants to be called Skywalker. Call her Skywalker. That's what I say. That's what I say. So, other Phoenix. What are your thoughts?
For me, it's somewhere around a 4 and a 4.5. I know a lot of people are still butthurt, for lack of a better description, about what happened with the sequels. It's almost like a civil war between the community. Mm-hmm. If you like the sequels, then people give you shit. And if you don't like them, then other people give you shit. But the good thing about it is, we've mentioned Clone Wars, we've mentioned Bad Batch. I think we got to let percolate a little bit. But on the other hand, you got Mandalorian. And then look at Star Wars Visions coming out. You got Book of Boba Fett, Kenobi. The buzz of these new projects coming out is insanely positive from what I've seen.
Yeah.
So
Andor. The more I go back and watch Rogue One, the more I love it, and I can't wait to see something that's kind of in that universe,
Yeah, so I mean, there's hopefully the new stuff coming out is going to be the mouthwash for people that didn't, people who had a bad taste from the sequels. Hopefully, this new stuff is the mouthwash. That's how I see it. So,
I agree.
There's the potential, so I'm optimistic. So I say about 4, 4.5.
Zach, what's your thoughts?
I'm gonna sound like such a Debbie Downer right now. Bad Batch really killed my heart, honestly. Like, we would tune in every week. Me, Jesse, and Cody would all stay up and watch it, and every week we would all just look at each other and go, where is this going? Because truly that show ended, and I really can't even tell you what that show was about.
I almost feel like you need to compare it to first season of Clone Wars, which if you go back and watch it's hard to get through that.
Right. Yeah.
But I feel like they could have given us more, at least one more kind of surprise, here you go. Because I guess the big thing was they destroyed Kamino, which I was somewhat attached to, but not really.
But they didn't need 16 episodes to get there.
No, they didn't.
We all assumed that was going to happen, right?
Yeah. But I'll say this: like, I am excited for Visions. Probably not as excited as others, but I am excited for it. But as far as the overall health in my mind, like when I think about like health, I think of like excitement and like it's hard to say because it's really the only big other universe to compare it to. But look at Marvel right now. Even if you don't like Marvel, they're killing it. Like they are kill. Like you talk about health of something, Marvel. They just keep pumping them out, and everything that comes out from Marvel, I'm just like, yo, like I'm there for it, So, Star Wars, I will always be excited for something new. Like me and Jesse talked about this. Like even though it may not be something I'm super hyped about, because of the fact it's Star Wars, I have to watch it immediately. Like I have to know what it is. You know, that loyalty is just ingrained in me. But I don't know. I guess my answer's kind of split. So for the series and stuff like that, I am excited. Although we live in such a time of spoilers and technology, it's kind of hard to get too excited for things when you have so many clickbait channels that are like, oh, confirmed, you know, there's gonna be a fight type of thing, leaked images.
Stay away from that.
Yeah, and so like as excited as I am for like Kenobi, like at the same time, I feel like we kind of somewhat know what that show is going to be about, which I'm there for. I'm excited to see it. But so yeah, sorry to round it back. Series wise, I think I'm excited, very excited for them. You know, games and stuff like that. We have Fallen Order 2 to look forward to. You know, Old Republic's coming back. That's all great. I guess I just want to know. So shows, I'll say it's high up. It's about a 4.5. Yeah. But I would say movies wise, we have no idea really what to expect from Star Wars.
I don't even know if you know what movies are going to get made.
Yeah, exactly. And there's all the talk again, just to talk about like the sequels and stuff. Like, you know, for people to just be like, let's retcon it completely. It doesn't exist. I'm like, dude, you can't do that. Like, I mean, it's there. I mean, we're very gracious. Like, we should all be grateful for the fact that we got Carrie Fisher, you know, Harrison Ford, and Mark Hamill in those movies. And regardless if you like them or not, at least for that fact, it happened. You know what I mean? So, in my opinion, I feel they should move forward in the timeline. Like they said, that was the end of the Skywalker legacy. That's great. Then let's dive into some new, you know. I'm going to sound biased here, but Sith stuff. I want to see Sith stuff. You know, I get the Jedi story. I want to see someone start as a Sith, be a Sith, and go through Sith stuff. Like,
well, the announcements, Acolyte was the one that I was most excited about. You know, so let's see what they do with that.
Hopeful overall, but I would say as a whole for Star Wars, I think like 3.8 would be my level of its health. That just overall, that's Now shut up.
Elvis, you're up.
So you can be a Debbie Downer, and I'm going to be like, oh man, Bad Batch. Okay, give me more. The Last Jedi. Give me more. I need more Star Wars. Like, it doesn't matter, you know. I think that the health. Let's say Marvel's a 5, then Star Wars is like a 4.9 in my book. Like it, just a little less than Marvel. So I'll say more than 4.5. Like the community's totally polarized. But Star Wars is still.
It could be good or bad, you know. That could be because
it's like the tide that raises all ships, though. I mean, the new younger crowd that likes these sequels, great, good for them, you know. And I was part of the crowd that loved the prequels, and people were like, "Oh, this sucks." I'm like, "It's awesome." I don't know. I think that there's so much content that, you know, every group has something to look forward to. Now, given we're kind of part of like this elitist group, and I hate to use the word elitist, but like, you know, we do kind of look at stuff the way that we look at it and think, that was no good. Or, you know, like The Last Jedi. Like, Zach, who's the one that kind of convinced us otherwise? It was Sebastian. Like Sebastian talked about. He even defended the Rose scene. And he was like, well, if you look at it this way, and she thought this, and she was doing that, and like if you really got deep into the topic, you're like, okay, all right, yeah, I guess I can see that, but I don't know, man. Like, it could be crap, and people are still gonna watch it. And I think now that Disney has it, that there's security in that, you know, like they're going to keep pumping stuff out. So I don't think it's a bad thing that Disney has it. It sounds like things are changing a little bit. And if we keep getting more of that Favreau and Filoni type stuff, I mean, we're all going to love it. It's all going to be amazing. So I think the general health of Star Wars is good.
Yeah, question.
I'm printing a Mandalorian helmet, or I should say it's like a Jango Fett helmet.
Nice. All right, Brian, what do you think, man?
First of all, no one is wrong. I want to say
Thank you.
No one is wrong. You all have great opinions, and I value them very much.
Right.
And I'm very hopeful for the future of Star Wars. I feel like its potential is a 5, especially with Favreau and Filoni up there on top. They have the potential to make the best thing that we could ever possibly imagine. Um, yes, I still have that turd taste in my mouth of the sequels, and it's just, oh my god. I mean, yeah, I love the fact that I got to see Luke Skywalker again. I love the fact that I got to see Leia. Didn't love the fact that I saw her fly through space.
Yeah, how do
All by
you do
herself.
this? You
But-
kill Han Solo before him and Luke get a on screen together. I mean, what the fuck?
I came
you
out,
know?
yeah, and I
That's a
came
fair
out. I
point.
came out of the Last Jedi, and I won't harp on it, but I'll give you my quick opinion on that. I came out of the theater the first time I saw that, and defended the hell out of it because I love Star Wars so much. I wanted so badly to like that movie. I was like, no, you got to understand. It doesn't matter that she flew through space. We got to see her use the Force. She used the Force. Be happy that you got to see that. And then I realized that was really shit. Like, and that's a shit excuse. You shouldn't just settle for shit because you got it. You know, you're like, oh well, at least I got something. Yeah, well, you still got shit. Like, sorry, but
I saw The Last Jedi
Yeah.
with someone like you, Brian, and we walked out of the theater and he was like, "That was awesome," and he's like thought it was the greatest thing, and I'm like, "Oh man, I really, really wish I could agree with you." Like, I didn't know what to say. I was like,
that's you.
Like,
you were, and then,
the side quest. What was the point, man? Like, it's just...
yeah. And I'm gonna say this, but I'm really, I didn't see Cole in the comments, so I'm hoping he's in there. But if not, he missed a golden opportunity. But pretty much in this situation, you're my wife, because that was the exact thing my wife did. She came out of it going, "That was a raw piece of shit," and I'm like, "No, it was great. It was you got to look at it the way I looked at it, positively." And she was like, "I positively know that's a piece of shit." I'm like, I even bought the Blu-ray and brought it home, and she was like, "This is the worst movie I've ever seen." I'm just like, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
what about, and this one I didn't give you guys beforehand, so this is kind of just popped up on me, but what about the Saber community? What's the health of the Saber community? And for me, I feel like Zach and I kind of got in, and look, I know it was here a long time before us, but we got in at the beginning wave of what COVID did, which was everybody got into lightsabers. Or not everybody, but it went from, this to that over the course of a year.
COVID and Eco Smooth Swing. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
that was explosive.
It and Xenopixel, or what's the Ultra Pixel? That and Ultra Pixel, those are the biggest, updates so far this year. But I feel like, and I don't know if maybe I'm warped because I've been so ingrained in this community over the course of the last year, but it feels like it really has grown exponentially over the course of the pandemic. And do you think it's just because people had free time and were sitting on their asses and were getting, checks from the government and need to spend it? Or,
It sure didn't hurt.
did it just finally got to be where it was somewhat cool? I don't know.
I think I think people just had nothing to do. You can't go to the bar and hang out with friends, so I look forward to getting on live stream and having a drink with you guys. This is like my old social, happy hour that I used to do. But no, I think people were just bored and were by themselves and weren't as afraid to let their freak nerd flag fly. I don't know. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Saber
I
community
got
was
into
flourished.
Sabers like right at the beginning of COVID, just as it exploded. But I think right now the Saber community is really, really healthy, especially after people are starting to learn about who to buy and not buy from, especially after people started learning about DX and Ultra Sabers and people started learning the lessons, either it was the hard way or from others' experience. But
Yeah, I think what Jesse just said there is really exactly it, because this hit his age group, so
Yeah.
and that's where it really took off. And there's some, I mean, I know TikTok is for kids but there is some really, really cool Star Wars content on that app. And there's a really cool Star Wars community. And Jesse's really kind of taken lately to doing these really cool transition audios that that everybody's starting to use.
I want to do that Cad Bane one so bad. I keep watching everyone's.
Cool.
I'm like,
those things are so cool, dude. I mean, it's honestly.
I have like every single one of the audios saved right now, just waiting for a time for me to record, and I'm going to use just all of them.
Just go through.
I just
favorite.
There's a lot of do-it-yourselfers out there too. Font makers, saber builders. Look at
okay, sorry.
Solo Sabers, all these other guys, and everybody's just exploding. And I don't think that they're not really in competition with each other either. I think that's the best part. You don't hear one of them saying that they're better than the other. They just know what they do, and they like what they do, and everybody's flourishing, and that's can't get better than that.
No.
Right. And I'm sorry, I laughed because I was reading comments. I didn't laugh because of what you were saying, John.
Shannon said paradigm, but
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like,
I think it was kind of a wave of things, right? Because Rise of Skywalker happened, and regardless of if you like that movie or not, that movie was huge, right? Like that was the end of the story. So that movie blew up, and then the end of the world happened, literally. And we were all getting money and all those same things, TikTok, all those things. LGT was very instrumental. Being able to, because I don't know, me and Rage, when we first started, this was the impression I got. If you had a NeoPixel, you made it.
Oh yeah,
like
when I was like, there's no way I'm gonna ever be able to get one of those, because I'd need to know somebody who knew how to make it, because where am I going to buy one of those at?
We stupidly we would say that, and then we would stupidly spend thousands at Ultra Sabers.
Yes,
$75.
But I got 7 lightsabers. All the bonuses. Come on now, they gave me 6 that I didn't want, and the one that I did want, but I really didn't want.
Yeah.
I got 5 of the same lightsaber, you guys. It's badass.
Yeah.
5 mystery boxes.
And it's all the same one.
And when I first started, that was some of the biggest things that were out there, were the Ultra Sabers mystery box unboxings. Those were the top notch there for a while, bro. That was
my crack, man.
It was really Paradigm, Sidious Sabers, which that guy disappeared.
R.I.P.
What happened to his channel?
I don't know. I think some people were saying like he was paid by Ultra Sabers or something. I don't know.
He gone. That's all we know. He
deleted everything. He
didn't like my ass. I tried a couple times to talk to him, and he didn't pay me no mind. So I was like, all right, well, whatever.
You don't care. You don't have a lightsaber to give him.
But I will say this, like on the general health of the community, this is something I feel needs to be said. I want to talk about just like some I want to appreciate the core group of people that we have in our group of people, specifically in this community. I love that core group of people because we all have each other's backs. We all, we just round robin go on each other's streams like this. It doesn't matter if you have 10K subs, 1 sub, no subs. Hold on one second. Someone's knocking on my door like this. Give me just a second. Call my lawyer. I'll be right back.
All right. Okay, sorry. I thought that was...
The Emperor sent his goons.
Shannon and Scott are...
Oh, shit.
Oh, I got blocked by the X-Sabers on Instagram. That was awesome.
Hey!
And all I was doing was laughing and hearting the responses where people would comment on any thing they do, saying, hey, when am I going to get my shipment? And I just heart any of those. I think he got tired of it, and he finally blocked me.
Is that one of those hidden achievements on Instagram?
Yeah. Ding, ding. Achievement unlocked.
Bro, that was just Walmart delivery. I thought they were very aggressive. They're just dropping water off. I'm all, bro, you gotta bang on my door like that.
I was gonna ask. I haven't seen
that high
Woodruff
quality
in the...
H2O.
Yeah, I haven't seen
But-
Woodruff in the comments. I was actually worried about it. For a second.
Yeah.
I
But,
was like,
but again,
shit, Isaac
just
came over.
real quick, yeah, like that core group of us is we're so tight knit. You know what I mean? We all support each other. That's important because there is also a very toxic side to lightsabers that I have unfortunately seen, and it sucks. Like I don't like to partake in like the Facebook groups. A lot of them, like the ULC is great.
There's a lot of elitism in in the community when you get into the custom mades and what a lot of us are starting to kind of shop for and look at, and there is an elitism, and there's and then too on Facebook there's a lot of people that are ripping a lot of people off. And you got to be really careful with what you buy and what you
I almost just had a really bad situation happen that I'll tell you guys off stream. But it's scary, but it's very important that all of us, continue to support each other and be here for each other. And I mean, I got all of your guys' backs. That's just that's how we grow truly as a community. As our own little group of people, and then expand it into others. But yeah, dude, lightsabers. I always say this, it's my cheesy little line, but a lightsaber can break the ice for any conversation you have with anybody. Like, you could not have anything in common, and then be like, oh, check this out. Bam. And they'll be like, I don't even like Star Wars, but that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like that's so yes, the lightsaber community, I don't see it slowing down. There's been lack of Star Wars content, so it hasn't been, but that's where it's great that we have our installers and our font makers and all of our distributors making these badass lightsabers. Every time I'm like, I'm done for the year, and then somebody will. There he is. Then somebody will drop something, and I'm like, babe, I have to. Like I don't have a choice in the matter. I have to get it. So
let's see, diapers.
I was done. Welcome, Mike.
We changed him yesterday, right? He's chilling. He's
Get the washable.
Just hold your nose. You'll be fine.
Zach, I gotta tell you a real quick story. So about the icebreaker with lightsabers. So I went to a car show 2 weeks ago, and I went with one buddy, and I didn't know anyone else, but it was just a bunch of what I would call old timers, guys a couple years older than me anyway. And I didn't know any of them. It was first car show I've been to since COVID, right? And I used to go like every week. But so anyway, I'm talking to this group of guys, and they're asking me questions about the car, and I said, "You guys want to see the coolest toy in the world?" And they're like, "Okay." And I pull out the lightsaber, and I have it on a matching color to my car. And I turn it on, and they all go, whoa. Like, they're all like, 60, 70 years old. And they start passing it around and swinging it on and off. And I was just like, this is hilarious. Just breaking the ice with lightsabers, like Zach always says.
It's true.
Yeah, no, I think people don't realize what you can do with the technology now. I mean, it's in person, too. And, too, it's so hard to show on video what the blade styles really look like. So when you see it in person too, you're just like, love them.
There's something about a lightsaber outside at night that just is so amazing. Yes. I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
Real quick, can we shout out Cole? Do you see his last comment?
No,
what did he say?
I love Cole so much. It's not even funny, dude.
Occasionally get mean girls.
It's true. Right. There are these little cliques of people in there, and they just are haters, man. Like,
not everybody. It is. It's crazy.
I
have noticed it's a little different on Facebook. A couple of you might know I got the Obi-Wan from SP recently, and SP does all this stuff on Facebook pretty much. Like, I think he has a couple posts on Instagram, but so he had some subscriber giveaway or something on Facebook. So I actually reset up my Facebook account, and I probably friended a couple of you when I did that. And so I got on Facebook for like the first time in years, and I was like, whoa, people are really loud about lightsabers on Facebook in like a really itchy kind of way. Like, I haven't logged back on since. It's just like, oh man.
And that's an awful feeling when like you're so hyped to show somebody something, like, guys, look what I got, and the first thing they're like, Is that in-hill,
Yeah.
LED? Like, does it have smooth sweet? Like, who
Right.
cares, dude?
Yeah.
And honestly, that's why I have, for many reasons, but I have tremendous respect for Jake from Gin and Tonic, bro, because he was one of the first people ever. He was so new to it, and he came in and was just like, be hyped. If someone tells you they got a freaking Walmart lightsaber, like, dude, sick. Like, we all started somewhere, and like I'm telling you, because
That video is the reason I started making videos.
Yeah.
That was amazing, Jake. Yeah.
Dude, there's times where like some of my really, as I call them, bougie sabers, I'm super stoked to show people, and I'll get 100 views. Like, people don't give a shit, and I'm like, damn. Like, like it just happens. Like, like some people we all have different tastes. Like,
that's no reason to.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that feeling, whatever it is that's your dream hilt, whether it's a Galaxy's Edge or whatever, when you ignite it and you start swinging it around, man, like it doesn't matter, bro. Like,
and just let people love what they love too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just a general rule of life. Just let people do what makes them happy. As long as it's not hurting you, that's all that matters.
Right.
So this one, I just want us all to pick one, and this is one of the new coming. And I've got in my mind, I've got kind of what I think the vote's going to be, but I'll be interested in seeing what the vote comes out to be. So just one of the upcoming shows. Which one are you most waiting for? For me, it's going to be Obi-Wan. Braden?
It's going to be Kenobi. I don't think I need to explain.
Yep.
Kenobi.
Kenobi. Everybody Kenobi?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
Kenobi.
that's what I thought was going to be.
We have dissension.
I don't know if it's a show, but the Lego Terrifying Tales.
Yeah, that looks good.
Not gonna lie, that's the one that I'm like, let's go.
All of the Lego Christmas one was actually really
good.
It was really good. So I figured most of us would like Kenobi, or be most looking forward to it. And my prediction is that as good as it is, I think Boba Fett's going to be better.
Boba Fett's going to be nuts, bro.
And that's even. We're going to have Darth Vader, possibly real world Clone War flashbacks with Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka in Jedi armor. In spite of all that, I'm still thinking the Book of Boba Fett is going to blow our mind.
Book of Boba's going to be gritty, bro. It's going to be underworld, dark, evil.
Yeah,
like I'm there for it for sure.
I'm really, really excited about that. Really excited.
When you asked everyone Kenobi, I was going to say out loud Kenobi, but Boba's going to be better. Like, that's exactly where I was thinking.
It's just
because if you listen to I almost said Pedro Pascal Rodriguez. If you listen, if you listen to Rodriguez, he is a very conservative person, and he is hyping the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Like,
he says basically,
trust me,
it doesn't matter.
You're going to love it.
Yeah. I can hype the shit out of this, and it doesn't matter. It's still going to blow your fucking mind. So, I don't know.
It's going to be all fan service. You know it. It's just going to be.
Ooh.
I'm going to come to your house and steal that motherfucker.
I'm just glad I have this now, because this saber after this is going to be.
You ain't going to be able to buy it.
Like,
unless they change it.
As long as they don't, if they change this, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's more the A New Hope version, I'm with it. But they better not change too much, you know. Such a good lightsaber, though, bro. It's amazing.
So,
all the things.
Speaking of lightsabers, this one we're going to go again one by one, and I want a little explanation as to what it is. So I put a lot of thought into this, and I think you guys know kind of all. And this, you can choose any lightsaber battle from anything, and it can be battle, it can be duel, it can be just a lightsaber moment. So for me, it came down to really three different ones. You've got the Duel of the Fates, just because that was the first time. Even though I was raised on the original trilogy, that was the first time where I was like, holy shit, that's what a lightsaber battle should be. So that's in there. The other one that I have in there is, and I've said this on many of these, is the Scene 38 reimagined. So if you guys have not seen that, you need to go see that, because it's what we should have gotten in there. It's probably my favorite, because they add the clips from the original battle between Anakin and Obi-Wan, you were my brother. And So they add the feels to it. The anger, when Vader's on fire and going through, it's like literally punching. He's punching it. So cool. But ultimately, my favorite is from Rebels, and it's the scene between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul. And I know you've seen it, Elvis. I don't know if you've gotten there in the show yet, but
Yep, I have.
For me in that, it's maybe a minute and a half.
Quick, yeah.
There's like not really any fighting to it. There's a couple. It's probably the most accurate. It's what a real lightsaber fight would be. It'd just be quick. Somebody would get killed. But it's just, if you haven't gone and seen, there's a video where Sam Witwer talks about this lightsaber fight and how Obi-Wan goes through, and he starts with the young Obi-Wan opening, then goes to the Obi-Wan from what we see in A New Hope, and then goes to the Qui-Gon stance, all to basically taunt Maul. And then Maul like goes through his thing, but doesn't change his movement. So basically, Obi-Wan had it figured out before it even started, and basically had his number. And go look up the video where Sam Witwer talks about it, because it's really, really cool. But for me, that is my favorite all-time lightsaber moment. It's Obi-Wan versus Maul Part 2. So this time we're going to mix it up. We're going to go down to Brian. Brian, you're going to go next.
Awesome. And Sam Witwer will be at Cincinnati Expo Con or whatever this weekend, and I wish I could go.
You get Maul and Star-Lord, both of them. I mean, come on.
Oh, man, that would be so dope.
Star Killer.
Yeah, not Star-Lord, but close enough. I guess, I mean, the Duel of Fates is probably, one of the most eye-pleasing fights, but I guess the most on the line type of thing, like I guess the most emotional fight might actually be a draw for me with Obi-Wan and Anakin Episode 3 and Vader and Luke in Empire, because I mean you can tell that there's some tension there. I mean, Luke is pissed.
That moment, was before spoilers could exist, so it caught everybody by surprise.
And then that hit, and then you're not only like, whoa, he just lost his hand, but then you're like, holy crap, you just got kicked in the nuts, because of that craziness. I can't imagine leaving the theater. As I know my brother over here says 83, 81. So I didn't get to see it in the theater originally, but I would have killed me.
So I was born in 73, and I can tell you that when we left, there was legitimate arguments on, was he lying or was he telling the truth, and that whole summer, it was my brother and I basically trying to figure out, because you had no internet, you had no way of, all you could do was just go to the movie theater and watch it again and again and again. So it's us, trying to figure out with the cave scene and him being in the mask. Was it, there was a whole lot of questioning.
Right.
They did it. They did well.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we're going to go to Elvis this time. What's yours?
So I agree with you that a lot of the best battles are from animated series. And like I even like Obi-Wan and Ventress. Like the Ahsoka Maul is amazing. I mean, those were all really good. And
Palpatine versus Maul and
Savage and Maul. Yeah. Did I say Savage and Maul?
Bro, anytime a Sith versus a Sith, I am there for it. So yeah, absolutely.
The Ahsoka Vader Rebels in the temple pyramid thing. Oh man, I mean, especially when he's got the eye coming out of the helmet and all that. But I hate to sound cliche, but and the 83 scene, 89 scene, the redo of Obi Darth on the Death Star. The first time I saw that, I teared up. Like I got emotionally involved in it, and I had to watch it like 6 times. Yeah. All that said, Duel of the Fates I can hear it in my head, and I don't mean the song. We all know the song, but the flick, 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 ding, ding, the
Yeah.
do spin. Like I hear every single move in that, even the kick to the face. Like I can hear it verbatim in my head. I have it memorized. And like when was it Star Walker or what's his name? The guy that just redid the thing on TikTok or Instagram.
Mike Star or something.
Star Killer, Mike Skywalker. Mike Skywalker.
Is it Mike Skywalker? I thought okay.
Sky Killer. I don't know, something. It's weird. It's different. But yeah.
But when I watched the moves, I was like, that is spot on. And I know because I've choreographed that myself in the backyard with my friend. Like, that is right on. So, no, I mean, I think it's totally cliche, but that is by far my favorite Duel of the Fates.
Braden.
I'm a little bit upset at you because I had the whole thing prepared. I was going to say Obi-Wan versus Maul in Rebels, and I was going to talk about that video of Sam Witwer.
Well, look, great minds think alike, and honestly, I mean, it's if there's one thing that all of y'all go and watch after this, I hope it's that video of Sam talking about it, because it's a really cool. Number one, it shows his love and his understanding of that character and of this, of Star Wars in general. He's the right guy, to be doing that. And it's just, it shows how much Filoni we're in capable hands with him for such a small, I mean, he knew how big that scene was, but what could have been, I mean, he could have gone over the top and made, Obi-Wan really dexterous and just made it really, it could have made it big, but he didn't. He made it kind of slow and compact and just, really, he made it tight. It was nice. So I'm sorry I stole your thunder.
Totally okay.
It's my right as the host. I get to go first.
as long as it gets explained. But I also think that like having a voice actor or an actor who knows the stuff enough to be able to talk about it that elegantly and explain what's going on, that's when we're going to get some of the best Star Wars media. Mm-hmm. Like Sam Witwer's performance of Darth Maul is like perfect. And when we get people who understand Star Wars and can talk about it in that way, that's when we're going to get some of those best performances.
So I've heard stories of people doing cameos. Is that
I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah. And he'll do 5 minutes where he's just kind of talking about, because he can kind of talk about it, but he can't do the voice or do an impersonation of it. But he'll just give these kind of really cool, in-depth stories about the characters he's done. So he's he's one I'd like to meet. He's one I'd really like to meet.
So Nick of Solo Photography, he got a cameo for his birthday, and so did Jim from Fulcrum. So yeah, they both got cameos from Sam, and I was so intrigued that I went and watched all of Sam's cameos. They're all recorded on Cameo app. So I went back and watched them all that he's done. I can't believe how many cool stories he shares on Cameo. It's really, if you haven't watched them, go to Cameo, look up Sam, and look at his pre-recorded ones. Or previous cameos. They're amazing.
Yeah, it's a great present if anybody wants to, just saying. If you wanted to buy me that, I'd give you my email address. Drop it in the comments. Other Phoenix. What's yours, man?
All right. I stuck with the movies themselves when I was thinking about mine, and I kind of put aside the sequels and I just focused on the original 6. I would have to go with Luke versus Vader from Return of the Jedi. Mm-hmm. It may not have I call it the kinetic energy of the Duel of the Fates, and it may not have the finesse of Obi-Wan versus Anakin from Revenge of the Sith, but if you look at all 6 movies, that story arc, that fight that they have on the Death Star, Luke and Vader, everything hinges on that duel, because you have Vader, you have the Anakin starting to creep out. If you notice at the beginning of Return of the Jedi, When he's
Oh,
Darth
yeah.
Vader, the armor is all shiny. As the movie goes and Anakin starts to come out, the armor is tarnished a little bit. It's not as shiny.
That's like sanded.
Yeah, so you have Vader starting to make that shift. Is he or isn't he going to turn back to the light? Likewise, you have Luke, who all in black, he's force choking the Gamorrean guards in Jabba's palace. Is he going to turn or isn't he? And granted, they don't have, like I said, the finesse, but Luke is a little more seasoned a Jedi compared to Empire Strikes Back. So he's a little bit more on, I don't want to say a veteran, but he's not the wet behind the ears farm boy that he was as far as his dueling goes. And it's not like Anakin, as good as Anakin versus Obi-Wan was, you knew how that was going to end. Whereas pre-spoilers and back in '83, you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Was Anakin going to turn, or was Anakin going to turn back, or was Luke going to fall? And in the background of it, you have Palpatine, the puppet master, doing his thing. All 6 movies, it all hinges on that one duel. And to me, that's the best one.
And ultimately fulfilled the prophecy, because Anakin really did become the one who saved the Force by destroying.
Anakin finally, better late than never, but he finally became.
But he finally fulfilled it.
Who the Jedi thought he was going to be.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought it was Rey.
Ray Skywalker?
Fucking worse than Albert.
Ray Skywalker.
But yeah,
You got all the jokes today, man. You had the sanding of Darth Vader's armor. Like it was sanded. Like, oh, you had to bring up sand, didn't you?
Yeah. That was so sand. But
all right, Zach, it's yours. I saved the best for last. What is your favorite moment? Favorite lightsaber moment?
I would have to say probably Palpatine versus Mace. I think that fight is just the Force on both sides at its peak. Like, I know Yoda and Palpatine was cool. I feel like that fight always gets cut a little bit short, obviously, because we have so much going on. Obi and Annie too. I didn't want to outshine that fight, but something about that Mace fight. Now, granted, the technology for Palpatine's face has not aged well at all. It's hard to watch in certain parts, but just the stake of like there's that one scene when Palpatine and Mace are literally just like almost like floating, sliding, like as they're swinging at each other. Like, it's just like both of them are just truly feeling each other out. I am one of those people. I truly can't stand when people say that Palpatine was holding back against Mace. I don't think that's respectful to Mace Windu. And this is coming from somebody who is pro Sith. Like, I'm all for the bad guys every instance, but Mace Windu, it kills me when people try to say how like they think he's weak or like not as strong as like people. They think he's overrated, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And that, I don't know, that fight is just so. I truly think he beat him. Now, granted, Palpatine worked it to his advantage as far as Anakin being there. He probably sensed he was getting near and was like, hey, I'm not going to keep trying. I'm just going to But I truly think Palpatine was like, yo, this dude actually is. And let's be real, Mace wanted to kill him. Like, I almost wonder if Mace was struggling with the dark side himself in that fight because, there's a lot of
there's people that say his purple blade is kind of that, it's blue and red combined.
Borderline, yeah. Well, his style with. Don't even get me started, Jesse. We debate this all the time, but truthfully, I think that
Mace ain't dead.
Yeah, I mean, with Samuel L. Jackson still being around, bro, they have to capitalize on that for sure. But
you would think.
That fight, I just feel like truly, because there are theories that suggest that even like Mace was led to believe almost that he was going to be that chosen one.
Yeah.
And that's why he always was resentful towards Anakin. It was like, here I am. He was Vegeta. For those of you guys who know Dragon Ball, he was Vegeta, right? Like, it was promised to him. He's extremely powerful. But yeah, here comes this up and coming kid, and he just keeps proving like he is extremely powerful. You know what I mean? So like, but yeah, that fight, I feel like because there's so many duels in the prequels, I feel like that one kind of gets overlooked sometimes. But man, the visuals of the purple blade clashing with the red, like, I mean, truthfully, like at first, that's why these were my colors, because that truly was like, you know, as time has gone on, I realized purple's just my main. But you know what I mean? But yeah, that duel every time I could you know, Revenge of the Sith is my favorite, just period. I hopefully that's not a question or later or whatever. But
no, it's not.
But yeah, and that fight every time. I remember as a kid, ever since that movie came out back in the day, young little Zach, I was like, he's not dead. He's not dead. Mace is not dead. Mace is not dead. And it's so funny because my best friend at the time loved Anakin, right? And I was always more Obi-Wan. Like Obi-Wan was my Luke. You know what I mean? Like, and so I was always like, yeah, Anakin's cool, but I like Obi. And finally in Revenge of the Sith, it's like, no, this is him at his coolest, like whatever. And then he did that to Mace. I was like, bro, I don't like Anakin. I don't like Anakin, bro. Get him out of here. Take your friend home. You know what I mean?
Ultimately, that was the fight that created Darth Vader. You know, that was so in the importance of things too. That was that's a moment. That's a big moment. Let's see. I want to go back to one of Jesse's comments. He was asking about I think this is it. Asking about the Filoni explaining the importance of Duel of the Fates, and I think that's the one where he's basically saying that because Qui-Gon died, Anakin was left with a brother figure instead of a father figure. And ultimately, and not only that, Qui-Gon was on to Palpatine and knew what was up with Palpatine. And so, or kind of knew what was up with Palpatine. So he would have basically, if he had lived through that, it would have changed everything. So, that's the first video I saw that made me realize that, okay, man, this guy really does. This guy understands a lot more about Star Wars than I do. And I thought I knew a lot about Star Wars. You know, this guy's like actually thought this shit through. So, you know, I was impressed. It was, we're in good hands. You know?
Can you imagine the late night talks that probably Filoni and like even like Jon Favreau and like, you know, George Lucas is still somewhat on the pulse of it, bro. Like the late night conversations they have of like even the Luke thing behind the scenes for Mando, they're talking about Plo Koon. That's who they threw out as the diversion. Like, bro, even if it was Plo Koon, all of us still would have been like, holy shit. Holy shit. Like,
I'm still waiting for him to bring him. Just be
we
told you.
It's his favorite Jedi. You know, it's his favorite.
I mean, that is the most Sith looking Jedi in history, bro. He is sick.
Yeah, right.
They had to have had airbags in those starfighters, right? I mean, he's probably fine.
He's chilling, bro.
This is trash.
Before the season finale last year, when we were all kind of speculating who's the Jedi going to be, who's the Jedi, I was 100% convinced that it was going to be Ezra, simply because Ahsoka had the Thrawn tease earlier.
Yep.
I was like, they're fucking setting this up for it's basically they're going to bring live action all the real rebels in, and so I was convinced.
It would have made sense.
I was so convinced that I just completely ignored the fact that a Jedi got out of an X-wing, and it wasn't until I saw the green blade that I was like, "Oh my god, it's Luke!"
It wasn't until I saw the actual lightsaber
the saber
that I was like, "It's Luke."
That's when I saw. Yeah,
that's one thing I
the
love
green
watching
blade
about.
didn't mean shit because I was still sitting there like, oh wait, and I mean, literally on the edge of the couch, like, no,
that's his saber.
No,
that's his saber.
I love watching the reaction
looking
videos.
at me like, what the hell is wrong with you?
I've watched reaction videos, probably like hours of those.
When the penny drops, and you see the looks like, oh my god, you know.
Like throwing
Stony Magnum's reaction video.
Yeah,
that was my reaction. Like tear for tear. That was my reaction.
Yeah.
I cried for R2. I didn't cry for Luke. I was something about R2D2 that I was like, oh god.
I was
just bonus. I mean, it was just bonus on bonus.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And
this is happening. Oh my god, it's R2D2.
From a season that had already given us live action Ahsoka and the return and resurrection of Boba Fett, you know, which we'd already had in the stories, you know, but that got wiped out. So on top of that, they managed to eclipse that with that season finale and hide it from everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
successfully.
Today, I don't know how they pulled that shit off. I don't know how.
It's amazing.
All
Speaking
right,
of
let's.
Boba, before we switch
Yeah.
topics real quick, I want to nerd out just real quick. Jesse said something about Boba Fett killing Mace, and I'm thinking, oh my god, the gears are turning, and I'm like, man, you know how awesome that would be? Because I was actually going to ask if you guys thought that Boba was going to survive the season, like the show,
Yeah.
like, or if it was going to be a one-off and they were going to finish him off to like kind of.
I think it'll be a one-off, but I
close.
don't think he'll be dead. I think it'll be more of a, we may see him show up on Mando. We may see him show up, but I think he's going to be running the criminal syndicate after all is said and done.
how
Will we
crazy
see
would it be?
Crimson Dawn? I don't know. That'll be cool.
How crazy would it be though if
he gets revenge on Mace, that would be fucking.
I've been speculating this whole time that the Book of Boba is going to be like this anti-hero story, and the anti-villain is going to be Mace, and that's going to be his full
Yeah,
arc,
yeah.
killing him.
so
And if that's true, then Rodriguez is 100% fucking right.
Yeah,
mhm.
He's bringing it.
he knows. He knows.
Hear me out. Final shot is like a callback to episode 2. You
Wanna
hear
cut
a
us
shot.
off?
You hear a shot. You see the purple blade swing, and it's like a standoff. But that's like the last part. You see Boba's helmet fall off of his shoulders, but you see a hole in Mace Windu, and they both kind of fall at the same time, and it's like credits.
Or he kills him, and then Mace is the next show.
Yeah.
Give me
blew
a
my
Mace.
mind.
Give me a Mace.
To end Boba so he doesn't have more left after that. I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
I think
Boba's done. Mace is done. That story is over. Go.
it could
move
work,
on.
but I think the audience would feel a little ticked off at the end. Like,
Oh yeah, they'd be pissed, but it would be so
Yeah.
amazing. Like, oh my god,
Cole-
I'd be like, how the hell?
Cole brought up a great moment, a great point. Just having Katie Sackhoff play Bo-Katan as a voice in Clone Wars and Rebels, and then lo and behold, in Mandalorian, there she is, live action in the flesh. That was a nice moment too.
what's Zach pissed about?
Yeah, I was just a little bit upset when watching Mando with like that, because I recognized Bo-Katan's helmet like when she landed on that ship, and I got up and I started yelling, like, and my family's looking at me like I'm crazy because they have no idea who Bo-Katan is. Like, that's Bo-Katan, that's Bo-Katan. And they're like, who's that? I'm like,
Yeah, there's a whole lot of people that are like, man, now I got to watch the Clone Wars. Now I got to watch Rebels. Now who's Thrawn? Who's
Who's Ahsoka?
Yeah. People are probably like, who cares? Like,
it's a
you
kid
don't get
show.
it, man. You don't get it.
Like, who's the orange lady?
You don't get it.
Well, you
All right,
people
guys,
that
let's-
say, I don't want to watch a cartoon. You say, well, go read these books. You
So-
get the same idea.
This one, I do kind of want to know what everybody's favorite canon hilt is, but this is really just time to talk sabers. So if you guys have anything coming that you want to talk about, anything new coming, if you've got that one saber that you really want to show off, but what is your canon hilt that, and I want to keep it to the main main characters main. I mean, I can go into the lightsaber book and get some of the really, really cool ones, like the Sifo-Dyas one, which is awesome. But I really want to do just out of the main sabers that we've seen. What is your favorite and why? And I'm not going to go first this time. This time, I'm going to let Braden go first. He gets to go first.
far and away, my favorite hilt is Cal Kestis. I just love the shroud and also the battle damage at the very bottom. It's amazing, but I don't know if that would technically count as like main continuity.
Yes, absolutely.
But then a close second would be Ahsoka Tano's like Rebels and Beyond sabers. Her purified crystal
Curved hills.
those the curved ones. Those ones just look so comfortable and look like they would actually be something
Like
someone would
katana
use.
style.
Yeah, like a lot of the sabers, like especially with like the Graflex, like looks cool, but like it's not really something that would be like a practical weapon. But like I really like Ahsoka's because they look like something that would be a legitimate weapon that someone would actually use.
Yeah, it seems like it's like a katana, exactly. So very cool.
I know what you mean though. Like graphic, so it's like if you pick up a Vader, you're like, God damn, I don't know where to hold it. It hurts. Like,
Yeah, that was the first saber that I tried to start spinning with, because before I ordered sabers, I bought that my Graflex from Disney, and basically it sat in a box in the corner. But then I tried to, and the bunny ears get in the way. Or on that one, if you hold it down too low, you just turn it off because the ignition is literally the control panel pushing it up. So it was just frustrating for me. Ironically, that's my favorite hilt. The Graflex, and I know there's like 9,000 different versions of it, but just that, I just love that put together. The fact that dude just went out and it was kind of at a junk store. He found a box of old, flash handles.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, I can make it out of this, and basically put it all together. Because he had shown George Lucas like 20 different things, and each time, Lucas was like, no, and then he just held this one up, and he's like, okay, and that was it. So it just, I think everybody should have one.
Low tech version.
That's my
everybody's
favorite.
flexing.
Where is that?
I'm definitely not flexing.
Oh yeah, it's got with the green blade, baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's dope.
Green.
Talk about an OG.
The Graflex is my
keep one of those in my car.
favorite. This is, and Zach's going to be so mad at me because this thing has got fingerprints all over it. But this is what I just got in, which is my empty
Oh shit!
I love flagships.
flagship. Yeah. So, and big shout out to Zach because I needed some guidance on what to do with this, and he pointed me in the right direction. So, this is going to, as soon as I get the money, this is going to take a journey to Solo Sabers, and this will be. I want to keep it quiet, kind of what I'm going to do with it first, but there'll be some engraving, some wrapping, and some. It'll be a Profi 2-button setup, but whole lot of fun. This was a lot more. This is a lot cheaper than what I thought it was going to be.
You're gonna trip out. You're gonna trip out too because you see how light it is right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna come back the exact same weight. I'm not kidding you.
That's just nuts. This thing
with
is
the battery and everything, it is so
it's
light
like a
and
feather.
it is so much fun to swing. It is insane.
Yeah. So really looking forward to that. This is probably going to be
not that I have one.
Towards
Oh yeah.
This is probably going to be towards the end of the year for me. So that's gonna be my new favorite. So that's my favorite Canon hilt, my favorite personal hilt.
Flagships are the
that?
most. Oh,
Do what?
I was just gonna say, do the shrouds hit your hand at all when you spin it? Do you have to choke it low? No? Okay. I was curious.
No, it doesn't seem like it will. Yeah.
Just wait till it's all put together, but
I can't wait.
I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
Just because you're talking about. I gotta go. So favorite personal hilt. It's gonna be my flagship. And it's gonna have such a hard time focusing, but it is It is a House Stark themed flagship. Jesus,
Winter
let's
is
see.
coming.
Let me try to turn a light on. Maybe that'll help.
Zach's personal favorite changes every month because he has a new bougie saber show up.
Come on, come on, show them. If not, we can screen share from Jeremy's.
Oh wait, let me.
I had the same problem
with
just trying to.
Hold on.
I had a hard time trying to film this lightsaber too. I've had to reshoot a couple times. Come on.
Come on, because it looks so good.
You're gonna have to send me your Fansly, man.
Almost.
You can see it shiny.
It's so close.
It's very shiny.
Well, it is a House Stark themed flagship. It is amazing. It's etched from top to bottom. Right here around this section, Jeremy put my favorite quote from all of Game of Thrones, which is, when the snow falls and the white winds blow, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. So that quote has so much meaning in life, and anything you apply it to, if you really look at it, it is just amazing.
All right, just says get your eyes out of frame.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Hold on, let me put you full again. See if that.
But then you can't see if it's focusing.
Yeah, right.
Don't worry about that. We'll tell you. You're moving it too fast now.
Spin it a little bit so the shroud's facing us. Okay, now move it forward slowly. A little bit more. Yeah, I think the light's gonna mess with it. I don't think we're gonna be able to see it.
It must be the raven on his
There's
arm.
pictures of it. Was it on your social? I've seen pictures of it, or was it on Jeremy's?
Look it up on Solo Sabers. Yeah.
Yeah, Solo Saber's Instagram has some shots of it. It's really really beautiful.
But I put this blade plug with just a little bit of red on it, just because the weirwood trees have red leaves, and I wanted just the tiniest bit of red. So I put that there, and yeah, man, this thing is something I never would have thought was possible to own. The threading on these things is stupid. Like, it is so nice. But even my chassis is etched. And it is just unbelievable. But yes, I got it with the white leather wrap. I just want you guys to hear how loud this is. I'm not going to pay for your medical bills if your ears close, so...
Play that music.
It is so loud. I'm just gonna do this one. Well, yeah, I'll do it.
That's not bad. Ooh, yeah.
You can feel it.
I love that song. There's royalties, so I figured it kind of fit, a little bit. But
nice.
Yes, it is dope. But I actually have another custom House Stark lightsaber being made for me by somebody. And this one was a surprise. I had no idea, so I'm super excited about it. And that one will be here. That one will be here soon. So that'll be like a dyad for my favorite. It'll be a tie. But as far as my favorite canon lightsaber, it's gonna surprise y'all. The Graflex.
Yeah, it's a good choice.
I have had just a change of heart in the last couple months.
Shit.
And I went from not caring about it to now that is my goal next year. I will own every single Graflex next year. That's the goal.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Yeah.
It's commitment.
It's real interesting to look into the differences in them, and there's lots of really good stuff you can find online. They go into the different versions of it, but yeah, no, it's a nice saber. One thing I do love is how each trilogy gave us a new version of a saber. So we had lightsabers at first with the original trilogy, then you got the double-bladed lightsaber or the saber staff in the next, and then the cross guard in the third series. Love it or hate it, which I really think you'd hurt yourself with that. I mean, that's just my personal opinion.
And then Rebels brought us the helicopter.
Yeah, and the phaser gun lightsaber.
Yeah.
The pew pew, as Paradigm calls it, the pew pew saber. All right, Phoenix. Another Phoenix.
Which Phoenix?
Which one?
Let's say Jedi Phoenix.
All right. As far as my favorite in canon hilt, sticking only with the movies, I love how the Graflex has the legacy. It appears in all three trilogies, but I think Luke's from Return of the Jedi, the green one. I kind of like the look of that one. Yeah. I have that one too. Something about it. I like the design of it. I love the green blade when the movie came out, and so I would just go with that one.
Can I change my answer? I want to change my answer. Change my answer to this one. I like this one. It's honestly kind of, sometimes it's my mood, it's just I don't know. Other Phoenix. What about you, man? Oh no, you already said yours, man.
Yeah, I think I already went.
Yeah,
yours is falling order.
Far
Okay.
as,
Mojo. Oh yeah. Your favorite that you own.
Yeah, as far as my favorite hills overall, if I had to pick, it would be this one from my Matsari from Revan Sabers.
Uh-huh.
They're coming from England. I've talked about them before. This was the first one from them that I bought. It's the Cyan Blade. I love the design of it. I love the feel of it. There is not one part of this hilt that scrapes your hand. It is an absolutely clean hilt. I love the company. I've already put in motion with them getting a custom saber done. So that's going to take some time. And I don't know if anybody missed this, but they are going to be doing NeoPixels.
Yeah.
They have a partnership with an installer in England. They're going to be doing Golden Harvest NeoPixels. So their hilts with neopixels. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, Revan Sabers has some really good hilts.
They
and I
do.
can't wait
Golden
to-
Harvest.
Yes. Yep.
Golden Harvest is where it's at.
The Mad
Heavily
Genius is down
underrated
there.
board.
I heard he had a Vader's hilt. Yeah, didn't he have a Vader's hilt?
Does he? I don't know.
Carter
I
don't
don't
have a
believe him.
Vader, bro.
I don't believe him.
Don't believe him.
He's got a Vader? Vader?
He don't got a Vader.
Elvis. Or no, sorry, Brian. You're up.
Hey,
Brian, you're up.
Woodruff, don't be telling people what are you doing, Doug.
That's right. That's a secret. So if I could have any actual working lightsaber,
Yeah.
this is the one. This is my favorite all time. This is a master replica, so this is just a paperweight, but
It's beautiful
heavy
paperweight.
as balls.
Yeah.
So it's probably a solid 3 pounds. It's just kind of crazy.
Jesus. Oh my
It's
God,
like-
that heavy?
It's pretty heavy. I mean, it's very. I'll just kind of set it down on the table here.
Damn.
Yeah. But I think, and I know this wasn't asked, but I think that once I get to where I'm financially stable enough to do it, I will be buying the Outcast from Saberforge with the CFX board in it. And that is the lightsaber from Jedi Outcast, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. It's
Uh-huh.
Kyle
Nice.
Katarn's lightsaber.
There we go.
I want to pull the trigger on that. That is one of my favorite hilts. It's like it's
I just
stupid
watched
long,
Star Wars Theory
but
for like 3 hours, played that the other night, and I was like, oh, I gotta play this game again. It was so good.
It's so great. Yeah, love it.
I'll go between Battlefront and Fallen Order, just back and forth, and still playing both of them. I'll play both of them probably every week, as old as both of them are. They're still great games.
Oh yeah.
And I should have
I'm
put
playing-
something in there about the games.
I'm playing Fallen Order for the first time right now, actually.
Oh, it's so good. Dude, there's some
That's
moments at
surprising
the
that you're
end.
playing it the first time. That is awesome.
Have
I love the game.
you watched any of the spoiler videos on it?
Oh.
that's a
Oh,
good-
I've seen. I know the entire game even before
Yeah.
going into it.
Okay.
But secret, he's sleeping. We're getting my son a Nintendo for his birthday, and so I plugged in my Xbox for the first time in like 5 years to see if he can work the controller and all that. And I just picked up Fallen Order for $19.99 at GameStop or whatever, and he's getting it. So I'm actually not playing Fallen Order. I'm watching it be played. It's super exciting to see my kid play it.
It's amazing you get to craft your own lightsaber in that game. Like, that is so sick. Like,
Yeah.
As soon as he finds a part, he's like, let's go find the lightsaber stand. I got to see what this looks like. I'm like, all right, bud, it's all the way on the other side of the map, but sure.
Well, and then you can go down to Disney
Priorities.
and build any of those. Those are the pieces for the lightsabers that you build when you build at Savvy's Workshop in Disney. They use
Oh, is that the same names and everything?
Yeah,
didn't realize
except for
that.
you can't get the shrouds like that. You can't build his video game lightsaber, but all those extra pieces are the different pieces and I think they're even named the same. I think they're named like
it's
Peace and Justice and
Oh, okay.
so
Cool.
it's cool, but it's also cross. I mean, that's Disney just like saying, all right, come on, give us your money. You can because you can build the lightsaber that you play in the game, basically. So
And I mean, that customization feature in Fallen Order is what got me into
it's so
custom
fun.
sabers. Like I started watching YouTube videos and I found like Savvy's Workshop. I watched so many videos on that, and then I saw, I cannot remember who it was from. No, it was Darth Koopa, I believe, and it was like the most realistic lightsaber. And it was
Oh, it must be
it was
Lando.
Saber Trio. Just hearing it speak,
the
instantly fell in love.
Senza?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I just instantly fell in love. Like, I went down the rabbit hole hard, and now I'm here. Like, so customization in Fallen Order is what ultimately led me down to the Saber community.
So since Elvis already knows, I didn't know going into it because I played it the first time, like originally, right when it came out, and I didn't know any of the spoilers for it. And at the end, it probably took me for forever to realize that you can't fight Vader I kept trying. I was like, there's got to be a way to get through here. I was like, this is, and I just didn't notice that there was something you had to force pull down to basically block him and then run like hell. But when he pops out there at the end, holy shit. That just, I mean, it's because I had no idea he was going to be in it, no idea. And that was so nice. So
That seems cool.
Has everybody gone? No, Elvis, did you go?
No, I haven't. So I mean, I got an Obi coming. I really do like the Obi-Wan.
Big Obi guy, huh?
Big Obi guy.
Did you like the Obi-Wan?
Quick story. So Cody, our friend, always says, "Oh, big IPA guy, huh?" to me when I drink an IPA. And I found this tonight right before the stream. I went to the grocery store, and it is called Elvis Juice IPA.
Oh, hold on, let me get you.
It's probably backwards.
Hold on, I'm trying to get you full screen.
Yeah, so
I'm late. I'm late, but you're about to go up, so now.
I have my camera flipped, so when I point to the right, it goes to the right. But yeah, it's probably flipped. But Elvis Juice.
Oh, I could see.
You know what's funny about that, Elvis? If I ever saw you in person, I wouldn't recognize you because you're like your whole body would be like different. You know what I mean? So I'd be like, that guy kind of looks like my friend, but I don't think it's him. So I'm not gonna.
His hair's
That's why I never wear
way.
the Jake Sabers shirt, because I wore the Sabers shirt in my first YouTube video, and I posted it, and I watched it once, and I'm like, oh my god, Sabers is backwards. So I had to bring it down and re-edit the whole movie and flip everything the right way and repost it so you could read Sabers. I felt like such an idiot, but yeah, so. But now when I say, hey, Brian, I can point to Brian, or hey, Zach, and I can point to Zach, and I don't know if you notice, everyone always kind of does the
Yeah, they do the
thing.
well,
Yeah.
I mean,
I just gotta try to remember. Like
Yeah.
I'm pointing that way and it's going that way. And like, oh yeah.
well, what's
But yeah,
crazy to me is I'll try to point to the mannequin behind me, which I know is over this shoulder. But if I'm watching this, I'll do that. It's just I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
messes
the fun
with
where
your
you gotta
head.
Point up and then you're pointing down instead. That'll be the
Yes.
next thing.
Said something about buying an assload of Ultra Sabers earlier, and I'm surprised that I was like, like, hey, I did it
Use the right
Yeah.
hand.
I think that's how a lot of us got into this hobby was
Unfortunately.
that initial Ultra. It was me, Ultra Sabers, big purchase.
That's how I
initially.
got in, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Not
just-
me.
I'm
Like
gonna
that.
send one over to John and see if he'll make it better.
Yeah, one of your
Oh,
9 that were the same in your big bonus box.
No, I never bought the big bonus box. I don't have that
Yeah.
kind of money. I don't have the Ravens monies.
The Ravens money.
I'm just waiting for him. Like,
It's swanky saver money. Which is funny. It's not that they're really not that expensive when you get into it. I mean, they're kind of expensive, but
All mine are.
yeah.
they're but they're not $2,000. Well, some of them are.
No. I have never
No.
spent over $1,000 on a lightsaber ever in my life.
Yeah, so put it in perspective.
Right.
And
But
what you get
still,
for
I
that.
mean,
What you get for that is really, really nice. Really nice.
Yup.
All right, so let's get into the only kind of thing that might be controversial about tonight's topics, and that's going to be the Knights of the Old Republic remake. So first off, who here has played Knights of the Old Republic, the original? Okay, so only 3 of us.
I have to. Sorry, I was like,
Okay,
That game is older than me.
it is, and it's it's an older.
My
RPG.
shirt is older than you, dude.
My daughter is almost older than me.
that's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy. So it was a really awesome game. For me, I'm not extremely into just straight up RPGs. I like a whole lot more action, and there's not a whole lot of that in it. It's kind of turn based, but the story is what got me, and the story is what I really
Hold
really
on,
love.
hold on. Is this a spoiler thing for Phoenix? I mean, because if he hasn't played it,
I'm not going to say
You know
anything
who Darth
about
Revan
the
is?
story.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
I'm.
Then you're
Yeah.
good.
I
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I know
So
a
it's-
lot of the
It's the most famous thing out of it is Revan. So like,
and it's
you're good.
just it's a good story. So
Yeah.
can they mess this up? I think absolutely. From what I understand, they're going to make this game feel like the old game, more in game style gameplay, that kind of thing, and not necessarily in the story. Like they may, I mean, obviously Revan's going to still be it because that was the whole teaser trailer, but
Yeah.
they may kind of put kid gloves on it and make it nice for the new generation. So I don't know. I'm excited that they've. What's the studio that's doing it? I didn't even pay attention.
Starts with an A.
So it's not like a
Acclaim.
I don't remember.
so it's somebody that I haven't heard of.
I watched the studio little intro for it where someone was interviewing him and he didn't answer a single question. And the trailer is just that one shot of Revan. So clearly nothing is done for the game yet other than announcing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know where you're going with that. I'm a little worried about it too. But I mean, it's more content, so I'll eat it up. And I think everyone else will too.
So that does raise another question though, because again, I remember in the past how many times we've heard. I mean, there were announcements and gameplay that was much further along than this that the games just never happened. So do you think this may be one of those where they're just kind of throwing this out there, or are they legitimately going to make this game?
It was the first part of the PS5 presentation.
Yeah, so
day.
it's going to be.
They opened with
be
this, so
no.
yeah, I think there's some stock.
I think there's two sides to it. One, I'm excited for the potential new sound fonts that have come from it. Honestly, I know that's kind of a selfish thing, but it's true. I am excited for that. But the part of it I am extremely irritated about is how you're going to have an original Xbox game not be for Xbox. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
There's differences, whatever.
It will be.
Well, it will be, just not at launch.
Yeah, it will
it's
be.
going to be exclusive to PS, and then go to PC and then Xbox.
I just think Xbox should have been.
It because that was they were they were the ones that took the chance. They took a chance on it to make that game.
And I mean, I have been an Xbox guy since I was 10 years old. I currently have an original old tank Xbox, a 360 Elite, and 2 ones. Like, I love Xbox so much. So like, I get it. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I just feel like, I don't know. I thought that was kind of whack, but I mean, overall the game is exciting. Like, I'm excited to see, even if it's just the cutscenes, whatever, like, because I'm not going to go buy a PlayStation 5 for one game. I'm sorry. I'm not. That is lightsabers, buddy. I'm sorry.
Well,
I
and
can't
that's
throw money like that. But
the people that took the Unreal Engine and made those cinematics out of the Knights of the Old Republic stuff. I can't wait to see that and what we're going to get with that. But it does for me. I'm wondering, are video games, that's canon now, right? I mean, Cal Kestis is canon, correct?
I always question that too.
But Force Unleashed is not. But yes, Jedi Fallen Order is, but Force Unleashed is
Revan currently
Jedi
canon?
Outcast.
Revan is currently not canon, is he?
I don't.
No, he
think
is.
so.
Actually, he is because they released the Revan lightsaber Force.
Oh, that's right. They
series,
did.
Right.
and they would not release it
yeah.
unless. So Revan is like the one thing from that actually is canon for now. But Bane's not from. Yeah. So no. Yeah, just Revan for now. At least that's my understanding of it, is that Revan is canon. But I don't.
Well, Bane's in Clone Wars.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yoda.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
in that,
that's
so
what I'm
he's
saying.
canon from that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of. I mean, Starkiller, I kind of understand why he can't be canon because, like, bro, he was ridiculous. Like, his power level was nuts, bro. But.
Oh,
It's like, I don't know anything about this Cooter game you guys are all
Cooter, what are
playing.
you guys doing? I'm playing Cooter.
Bro, my Xbox would have been
You
chucked
Indian,
out the
but-
window if that's what that game was called. My parents would have been like, "You're playing what?"
That's a good game.
Mama, no.
Cooter, no, we're not playing Grand Theft Auto 5.
So yeah, can they mess it up? Yeah, I think they can mess it up. I think anybody that wants it to be, what it was, that you guys are stupid, because I think it's going to be a whole lot better, probably playability wise. You're not going to get that story. If you want the story, you can look it up online, read it.
Well,
it's
the same people like me. I've read comics my whole life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there's still that core group of people like, oh, the MCU, that's not how it was in the. It's like, bro, they have openly said from the beginning, this is its own.
It's its own world.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, they didn't even own everybody. So, like, yes, they had to do it. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, but it's just. If you want to,
and I don't get that sometimes. Like MCU Iron Man is better than comic book Iron Man. Oh, I'm probably just pissed off some people.
You probably
like,
did.
I mean, I don't even understand comic book Iron Man. It doesn't compute for me. Like,
oh, comic book Iron Man's a piece of shit, man. He's a horrible person. But yeah.
Well, even how he became Iron Man makes no sense to me because with the Mandarin, and I'm just like. MCU Iron Man makes more sense because somebody asked me that when I went and saw it, opening night. They're like, "Is it just like the comic books?" I'm like, "Actually, I think they did it a lot more justice. Like they brought it into current times."
There's so much badness from comic books. Just we won't get into it. But there's so much they cannot do in real life. So it's just like, let's just move on. But yeah.
But anyway, I'm super excited for it. I'm glad that Lucas or Sony or whoever came out and clarified saying it will be on PC the first day as well, because I'm not going to buy a PlayStation just for the game.
Well, you can't find it anywhere, Good luck.
Yeah, right.
Well, discs are a thing of the past. I mean, everything's going to be download now. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's crazy to think about.
It's just nuts. It's nuts to me how quickly it do the games are free. Hey, free game. Like Call of Duty, free.
Yeah,
and you pay for the extra shit if you want it. But I don't need the extra.
I can
shit.
just imagine me. I can imagine me trying to sell that to my dad now. Like, no, Dad, really, my Xbox membership is $5 a month.
Yeah,
and
then
I
the
get
games
all
are
these
free.
Games. He'd be like, "Shut up, you're lying, you're grounded. Don't come at me again and ask me for money."
Don't give them your information. Don't give them your information.
Yeah, don't be putting my card on there.
Cutscenes it ought to be insane though when you figure this new. We're talking PlayStation 5. All that new technology, or I don't even know if technology is the right way to put it, but the new capabilities, I guess you could say. The cutscenes will be insane. I'm sure.
Oh,
Did you guys see Jesse's new video today?
Yes.
Not yet, no.
Every time I think like I finally have my camera game on point, this dude releases a video and I'm
his
like,
whole set looks
makes my phone look like nothing.
He'll jump on a live stream and I've got no idea how he makes it look that good. I mean, that's I get it because your sound, but
it
looks fucking awesome.
His quality is nuts, man. It's crazy.
Really, really good. Man, I lost my train of thought. I was thinking of something important to say. Oh no!
Sorry.
No, I
messed it up.
You have notes.
So I've got banners. I can play with the banners.
I noticed that. You're so well thought out and planned.
Was going to bring this up earlier, but I do want to. A lot of people here are here from YouTube, and they don't know really anything about Braden or Darth Phoenix. So this dude's got 50,000 followers on TikTok. If you guys have not gone to TikTok or visited TikTok, download the app. There's a really cool Star Wars community there. There was a big event I want to say it was a couple months ago, where Mark Hamill just popped on to TikTok. So he appeared, followed 3 people. One was his son, one was I think his dog, and one was but like basically followed 3 people and then started randomly liking Star Wars content, and then occasionally randomly commenting. So I'll let Braden tell it, but Braden did a video.
Yeah, so I had a little thing where it was mostly because like this type of content does really well. But like, it was like day one of like trying to get Mark Hamill's attention or something stupid along the lines of that. Like doing it mostly because like that type of like this amount, like that type of content really grabs people's attention, especially on super short videos like TikTok.
And it's easy. You just do the same thing each day, kind of, spinning. Were you spinning a lightsaber in it?
Yeah,
or?
I was just spinning, and I switched between like dual wielding or saber staff or whatever. But like, and it just kind of post throughout the day and like or every day, and then all of a sudden I'm kind of like checking my phone after school. No, it wasn't school. I had something going on, but I checked my phone. Phone like blew up, and then apparently the video that I posted got like 150,000 views, and then I'm just sitting there like just replying to comments and stuff, and like I refresh my notifications, and then I see a little verified, but like little verified check next to someone's name, and it's Mark Hamill. And I'm like, oh, Mark Hamill just saw me. Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Luke
Mark
Skywalker
Hamill
himself.
commented on one of his videos. That's the coolest fucking thing ever. I mean, seriously, that's
Definitely the highlight of anything I've done online.
So this dude's semi-famous. He's also, responsible for the Dark Wolf font. If you guys ever get a Profi saber from Dark Wolf Custom Sabers, he created the Dark Wolf font that is on there. So, like to brag on my man over there. Like to brag on, because some of you guys may not know him because of him being from the TikTok side of things. So, that being said, we're going to take it home before we open it up to just kind of general conversation. I want to know if you guys kind of have any advice for people that are wanting to get into this. We're all in kind of various stages of growth and where we're at, but do you guys have any specific advice? This can be technical advice. This can be, just advice on content. This could be whatever you guys feel like. I wish somebody would have told me this, when I first started. For me, I think number one, don't do this unless you really like doing it, because it's hard to come up with content week after week after week after week. And in order to be successful, you really do need to come up with content, like 1 or 2 videos every week. And it can get to be a grind. And if you're not doing something you like, you're going to end up hating it. And it got to that point for me for a little bit, because, I felt like I was putting a whole lot of work into this and not really getting a whole lot of results out of it. And was starting to get burnt out, and kind of, decided to refocus myself and refocus the channel. And basically, if you're not liking what your channel's about, you're not going to ever be successful or be able to do this, because it takes a whole lot of heart to put content out over and over and over again. So for me, I think obviously make sure it's something that you love. 2, don't feel like we are all doing the same thing, but we are all incredibly different in what we do and how we do it. So just be yourself, because trust me, somebody's going to like it and somebody's going to end up and for fun, sometimes I'll go back and look at my first couple videos, and it's, to me, I can see like a kind of a kernel of what I end up kind of becoming as I got more comfortable with it. But the essence is still there, so to me, I'm still being myself. I'm just a little bit more comfortable with it. So be yourself and do something new. As far as the technical piece of it, the lighting, the cameras and stuff like that, just do your research, go to YouTube and look that stuff up. So there's plenty of videos out there that will explain how to light, what cameras are good. And you don't have to spend a whole lot of money on a lot of this. Lighting does get expensive. A really good camera gets expensive, but you can get all right cameras for a couple $100. So just know that you can get. It's not going to cost you thousands of dollars to put together something that looks professional and sounds professional. So that's kind of mine. I'll open this up to anybody if anybody's got anything they want to throw in on that.
Mine is super quick, but before you post something, send it to someone and tell them, be an asshole, tell me your brutal, honest opinion about what I did good, what I need to fix. Because without that, like, you just kind of need someone other, because you might put something out and you think it's really good, but it doesn't do well or people don't like it. But it's something that you like thought was good. Like, you just kind of need that second opinion to, like, I don't know how to say it, but like, you need that second opinion, because if it's just what you think, then that's just kind of only what you think and not a broader audience. So if you want to connect to a broader audience, you need to have more people's input on the content that you're making.
Yeah.
I don't think that's bad advice, but at the same rate, I would also say the opinion of that other person or everyone else doesn't matter. Like, I mean, if you make a video that you think is really cool, even if you like aren't exactly a subject matter expert on the topic, yet you're talking about it because you're really interested in it, in the back of my mind, I might go, yeah, he's wrong on that, but that's cool. And like, there's gonna, like, you just need to do what makes you happy. Like, I don't know if it was public or not, but I know Cody was kind of having a hard time lately, and he was asking people, what should I do with the channel? And I was like, dude, do what you want. Do what makes you happy. Like, don't worry about what other people think. And I remember that one of the early videos I put out, it's a font that, it's a Empire Strikes Back Graphics font. And I was pissed off in this video, and I'm really clearly pissed off in this video because the blade's not red. And I even wrote text on the screen saying, this is my disappointed face. And then, like, the first comment on the video is like, that's a ESB graphics.
That's Anakin's.
Yeah, they're like, that was Luke's color in Empire Strikes Back, dude. And I was like, and I almost took the video down. And I think it was Zach was like, dude, who cares? You made a video. You had fun. Just enjoy it. So, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong at all. But I'm just saying, at that same rate, though, you should just have fun with it, not take it too seriously.
And after you saying that, I realized that what I said did come out wrong. Totally, if you enjoy making it, and you like, if you enjoy the video that you put it out. But yeah, I realized that did come out wrong.
But I'm all for putting a second set of eyes on stuff for sure.
It's always good to get a second opinion. That lowlights video I did with, like the clips of, funny shit. Yeah. I don't know how many times I showed my wife, and then a bunch of us Mojo guys went out for breakfast and shot a bunch of footage that I haven't had time to put together yet. And I showed all of them. I was like, what do you think of this? And at the time it was 3 minutes long. So they were like, that looks good. And I'm like, I got a lot to show you. And I wish I would have shown someone just before I posted it, because there was like two things that I wish I would have done with it, and was like, it's all right. I'm still happy with it, and I still liked it. It was still fun. I mean, I posted a video, and I used my phone, which, I mean, shit, if you're looking for a great camera, most of the time your phone is an amazing camera.
Is a really good camera.
But I posted it to YouTube. I shot it, and it was right side up. And it was just a real quick video, and I posted it to YouTube, and for some reason it posted upside down, and I didn't even notice. And someone sent me a message and was like, man, that upside down video is hilarious. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Should have folded
I
it, left it
clicked
up
on it, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was gonna take it down, but then I was like, you know what, I've already got like 4 comments on it. They were like, oh my god, this is hilarious. And I'm like, yeah, totally meant to do that.
This was all planned.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant to do. But
yeah, I flipped it. Can't you see how funny that was?
Yeah. Sometimes the silliest shit is just, I mean, you think it's stupid, or you think, oh, that was a mistake, but some people thought it was really funny and interesting.
The other piece of advice too is take advantage of shorts. YouTube Shorts is,
Seriously.
yeah. I mean, honestly, I've found a niche there. I don't know how, it just kind of took off, but I've had a couple, the most viral stuff that I've had has been on YouTube Shorts, to the point where like a 15-second video is giving me 70 hours of view time in a day.
Crazy.
So it's
nuts.
Take advantage of those little things. And the other thing too, I think I saw that they're gonna, what is it? Because Zach's the only one that's really got it yet. I haven't gotten access to it yet. But the little, like, the posts that you can do, community posts or whatever.
Community posts. Yeah.
They're supposed to be making that available to everybody with 500 subscribers or more coming up.
Those are amazing. If you have something you have to tell people and like you don't have time to upload,
it's the coolest way. Yeah. I mean, as far as interactivity, that's the really cool thing about TikTok is that community. You can basically take anybody's video and do a video of you with them. And it really becomes an interactive thing. And the interactivity that you can create with those community posts, I can't wait to really get involved in that, because to me, that's exciting. And I forget where it was, but I saw somewhere they're about to open that up to everybody with 500 subscribers or more. So
yeah, definitely take advantage of those shorts, because like it eliminates a lot of having to make a good thumbnail and title, because it's just people swiping. You don't know what they're going to swipe to. You don't have to make an enticing title. You don't have to clickbait. It's like they swipe, they see your video. Do they like your video? Like, that's what it comes down to. It's not like how you can make them click. It's legitimately like, do they like your content? And that's honestly great, because I don't know if I would have the amount of followers I would have if it wasn't that way, and I would have to make an enticing title or thumbnail.
Yeah, and that's the other. I didn't even want to get into the whole like thumbnails and how to. There is do your research. There's tons of information on thumbnails and how basically big and bold you need to make them in order to get people's attention. I don't, for one, I don't know that really applies to what we're doing, because our stuff is so niche anyway. You're either looking for a lightsaber video or you're not looking for, you're not, I don't think somebody's going to randomly click on one of our thumbnails, no matter how nice we made it, that says, look at how cool this hilt is. Unless they want to see lightsabers.
I like a clicky thumbnail. Like, I don't know if you've ever looked at my thumbnails. They're all pretty uniform, but I like it to be clicky because like most of my YouTube watching is on the computer or my Apple TV. It's very rarely on my phone. Yeah. But like when I search lightsaber and I'm scrolling through the list on my Apple TV, like I can tell a very clicky thumbnail, like, ooh, this one's probably got production value. This one probably doesn't. Yeah, but that's... I'm a little snobby, I guess, when it comes to the production value stuff, just because I try to really do that in my videos. So when someone has bad sound or bad light, like, it really ruins it for me. I'm just like, nope, done. Can't watch you anymore. But
show of hands, who
comments from you? Okay,
who
I'm just kidding.
Has YouTube Studio downloaded on their phone and who utilizes that? Yeah. If you don't get it, because it really, that will show you exactly who's watching, why they're watching, where they're watching, and that's
I use it, just not on my phone.
Yeah, or on online as well. And so I think your YouTube experience is just different than mine, because I don't, other than the upload portion, I don't typically do it on a desktop. I'm doing it on my phone. So it is probably a completely different experience. But yeah, the YouTube analytics, there's also on my phone, a great app, vidIQ, that I'll use. Basically, I'll post my videos onto YouTube and then immediately go to vidIQ, because it's a really easy way to add tags in. And it'll give you basically, I don't do the paid version. Paid version, it'll give you all the top 100 or 100 tags for, you put in lightsaber, it's going to give you every tag that people search that has lightsaber in it. And then you can just add those tags by clicking on it. If you don't pay for it, it gives you basically like 20 through 40. So you can go in there and basically just add tags, and I've got a pre-done description for all of my videos that has a link in it, some pre-done hashtags in it, and stuff like that. That basically this app will help you design the analytics that will hopefully help the YouTube algorithm pick it up. How much does it work? I don't know. I will tell you that with these Jedi cosplay things, I'm just taking the exact same tags and the exact same description and applying those to each of these videos. And they're all doing the same thing. So, does it work? I think so. So I would say also look into, there's free ones out there, there's paid ones out there, but vidIQ, that, YouTube Studio app is I think that's actually YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's TubeBuddy is another one that, again, will basically, these guys do the analytical work that none of us want to do. And for free, you can just click and add that stuff in there, and it's time consuming, it probably takes 5 to 10 minutes on every video. But and you can do all of this stuff too in the main, when you're uploading the video, but these apps show you the rankings of those tags that you created. So it'll give you kind of, really, really good stuff. What am I missing on the comments? Sorry.
Cool.
Chicken nuggets.
Cool.
I don't have this one on. Hold on, let me get it back over.
I suck when it comes to doing the description. It's like I've put 30 hours into editing some video. I hit upload, and then it's like, tell us something about it. I'm like, oh my god, I just want to be done. Post.
Yep.
Shit. I mean, there's like different things. Like you're supposed to have 300 characters, a hyperlink, and I think 3 tags in your description. You need at least 300 characters of hashtags on your video. These are all basically in order to get it picked up by the algorithm at all. Which, again, not so much. I don't know how much that's going to really help us unless you have something viral to happen, because we're such a niche market. But anything that you do that can get it out there to more people is only gonna help.
I think the 2 biggest pieces of advice I can give are, one thing you have to do is you have to be social, or sociable, I should say, especially in regards to whatever topic you're doing your channel on. Watch other videos related to that topic, comment on their videos. If someone's doing a live stream, I mean, how do you think we all, met each other? We commented on each other's videos, we're on the live stream chat, and here we are doing what we're doing. So you can't, I'm not saying go on comments and say, hey, I have a channel, come check me out. You don't want to spam everybody else's stuff. But if you mention something that, someone's reviewing something, you go, yeah, I feel the same, and I kind of, someone might click on your comment, they follow your YouTube account, they find you have a channel. Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah.
And the other thing I have to say is, everybody, hopes that, well, I think most everybody hopes they're an overnight sensation on YouTube. And with a rare exception, you're not going to get there. So you got to be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day. Don't worry about the number of subs that you have. If you have 1 subscriber and you put out a video and it gets 1 view, and if that 1 view isn't you, congratulations, you're a YouTuber. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yep. You're part of a community. Have fun with what you're doing. Don't worry about how successful you are. Just focus on what you're doing, and if you got people who are liking your stuff, even if it's only a few people, hey, great. All it takes is 1 subscriber and 1 view, and you're off and rolling. So don't just be patient, and the rest takes care of itself.
Yeah.
I feel that. I had a very... I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ryan.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I had a personal conversation with Zach. It was, not like a live stream or something, and we were talking about success of YouTube and all that. And I just said, I don't care. I don't care if anyone finds me on YouTube. In fact, most of the time when I load a video, I almost like, I really like it. I don't know if anyone else should even like this. I think it's kind of silly. Like, I don't think I should even upload it. I 100% don't care about growing the channel. If people think it's cool, great, that's awesome, but it's for me. It's like my diary or something. I just have fun with it. But the reason I did it was to meet you guys. Like, I just wanted to find some cool dudes that like the stuff I like, that, you know, or cool girls, I guess. I don't know, not too many girls in our community, but you know, I just wanted to find some cool people that like the stuff I like, and, you know, wanted to hang out. That was my goal.
Yeah, I didn't even mean to. I honestly, I was watching unboxings and did my first video 2 years ago when I was unboxing an Ultra Saber, because I was gonna submit it to the Saber forum so I could get points and get more lightsabers. That was the whole point. And did a few more. Started watching people's stuff. Zach, actually, I feel like, you know, everything comes back to Zach, but and that's good, because I mean, it just shows that, you know, Zach is a staple. But we, you know, he actually responded to me in a comment, and then we started talking, and then he was, hey, you know, do you follow Darth Rage? Because, you know, we're talking about doing a live thing. We should do a live thing. And I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome, man.
Yeah,
I could do that, you know. And now it's like, yeah. I mean, I'm still, you know, and like John just said, I mean, don't worry about how many subs you have. I think I have 120. I mean, those are rookie numbers, man. But I mean, hey, I'm having a great time. So
That first 100 means so much, though. I'm telling you.
oh yes, yeah.
And it's the hardest.
Yeah.
And the
really
20
is.
That first
came
100
after
probably
was like,
loves you, dude.
that 20 that came after was like a day. You know, like what the hell just happened? Yeah,
Well, let me give something away.
Yep.
And don't be afraid to experiment with new stuff on your channel either. As long as you love what you're doing, you know, don't do it for the sake of doing it. If you like what you're doing and you want to change it up, you know, go for it. But don't do it for the sake of trying to get more people in. Do it because you want to, and because you love doing it. That's
People
great.
pick up on it, too.
Yeah, I would say too,
Yeah.
like, you know, Brian was saying, just get out and like, comment, and watch those guys that you like, because that does nothing but help their stuff. And two, it doesn't cost you a damn thing. You know, it's not like I'm here saying, hey, guys, I need y'all to donate. You know, I want $5 this month from you. Just, I know you've been there. All I'm asking for is give me a like, give me a comment. You know, and you know, say what's up. But two, that's how you make the friends in this community. If there's somebody out there that's doing videos, you know, and that's the cool thing too. That's the one cool thing about Facebook, is that I've managed to kind of be semi-friends with Sir James, which I don't think he would have ever responded to me on. That he gets so many damn comments on, but on Facebook, he's fucking shucking sabers left and right. He's selling shit like, you know, a madman. But he's a very, very big presence in the Facebook market, and that's the one good thing I got from the Facebook marketplace. But yeah, comment, and on those videos for the creators that you like. You know, show the support to them. You know, that's what I would say too.
And support
always
the little guys
reminding.
anytime you can. Like, I know that I was watching someone doing a live stream, and I think I was one of like 2-3 people, and I messaged Zach, and he and I jumped in there, and we're putting it out everywhere. You know, like, you know, blasting this guy. I can't remember his name now. I think it was Sith something, but I mean, that's smart.
Saber Smart.
That was him. Yeah, smart. Saber Smart. Yeah, and
He's a good kid.
Yeah, it's a good dude. Had some good stuff, man. So, I mean, it just felt good. It feels good to help people out.
Show the love.
Yeah.
Show
I love it
the
when
love.
Jesse and Keenan and them guys all like show up on someone's stream just to like be like, "Hey everyone, how's it going?" You know, just throw in some love, and that's so cool.
I shit the bed the first time that happened. Sorry.
So Cole would love some more.
I got you.
comments, Marvel content from everyone.
Yeah.
Speaking of trying out new stuff. Oh, sorry, dude.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Trying out new stuff. So like I'm doing the 3D printing thing, but like Carter was talking about doing the comic book thing, and he didn't want to do it. Like he was just talking about a comic book, and we're like, oh, you should make videos. And he's like, oh, it's just too corny. I can't do it. And I was like, dude, do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I you might disagree with me, but I think that's his best content. Like, I love watching him in the smoking jacket and the pipe and like
man.
keeping it classy and reading the comic books. Oh my God, it's just so hilarious. And he's like,
And it's
really? It's so
completely
corny.
unique.
I'm like, cornier the better.
Nobody else is doing anything like. I mean, it's completely unique. It's
Yep.
cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he stays in character, and that's great.
Yeah.
He said they're a
that-
with the
bitch to
clapping,
edit.
he's like,
Yeah. Oh, the clapping. Oh my God, that was so funny.
That's awesome.
All right, so I had plans to
Hey,
make this a 7 till 9 o'clock thing. Is there anything anybody wants to show off or talk about before we hang it all up and call it a night?
I like to give my advice real quick.
Oh yeah, sorry, shit.
No, you're good. I have a couple that I've had to learn, and at first I'm going to sound a little jaded, but I promise I do have like really positive. So, be careful with who you keep in your circles. You will know. Just trust your gut. You'll have genuine people who will be there for you and want to help you and, truly believe in what you do. And then there are others who
Just
don't want that for you and are usually the ones that are the most vocal and saying, oh, I support you. And just be very careful with that. I've had to learn that lesson, and it can be very painful, and it can almost derail you, your psyche. And, you just listen to your gut. Always listen to your gut about people, about the kind of content you want to make, about, what makes you happy. Some of my favorite videos I've made have like 60 views. You know what I mean? But I just remember how happy I was making that video, and just like how proud I was. Like maybe I tried a new editing technique in that video, and I was so proud of, like, that's where it started. You know what I mean? Or like whatever. And like, for me personally, and this will be my second piece of advice, is just be genuine. Be as genuine as you are. Who you are when you talk to your family and friends, be that when you talk on camera. You know what I mean? Because like what I feel my gift is I like to make people laugh. That is my true, if I can't make somebody laugh, I feel as if I have failed or I'm off my game that day. And so I feel like that's what I try to put into my content. I very much try to make it fun and inclusive, and just just a place you look forward to going to watch, just for whatever the reason is. And I think that some people, I can't watch my old stuff, my really old stuff, because I was not myself back then. I was very much trying to chase the dragon, as far as this hilt is 11 inches long. This I got it for this, and I just didn't
Reading the fact sheet.
Yeah, I didn't like it like that. You know what I mean? And when I started having fun, you'll notice it. If you ever go through my videos, when I started, putting my own kind of music in it, and driving, and referencing everybody as the flock, and making it feel more of a family environment versus just sub now. So you know what I mean? That's where it started to really mean something to me. And when I took that time off, it legit bothered me. I was I kind of feel I'm a dad, obviously I work and I'm a husband and everything, but I kind of felt on a emotional level, I had kind of lost my purpose, right? Because I'm dude, I love doing this, and however far this goes, it goes. But that's the kind of I'm proud of the content I've made. I'm proud of the direction I'm heading. I'm always open to learning something new. I'm always open to meeting new people. I'm always open to trying different things. But I think that's the biggest thing is just know your strengths, know the kind of content you want to make. And regardless, I mean, there's been some times where it'll make me laugh. My view count will say 0 and I'll have 2 dislikes. You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that happened, but it happened. But don't take dislikes as, and it's hard. It's hard because you put yourself out there and you have people dislike, and you're like, what did I do to make you so upset? Like, you disliked my video.
It was Paradigm. Paradigm did a community post about somebody disliking one of his videos, and I went through and disliked the community post.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
But then I commented that just, I was the one who disliked that.
But and again, it's fine to dislike. Like it's what YouTube's for.
I've never disliked anybody unless it was like that. I've never disliked anybody. I mean,
yeah,
you won't watch it,
But yeah, I don't know.
Going through the energy to click the dislike button just doesn't even make sense.
Dislikes are going to come. Know that the nasty, smarmy comments are going to come. And just know that somebody took the time. You affected them so much that they took the time to spout their little verbal diarrhea onto your channel. You take it as a comment.
My nasty comments like that always come overnight. So I'll wake up in the morning like, oh, I'm gonna go get ready to shower, and it's like 5 a.m, and I'm like, it's like, you suck, you're a piece of shit, and I'm like, I mean, that's how I start my day off. like, oh, okay, damn. I mean, like, are you talking to my parents? Yeah, that's the same shit they say. But, it's a lot of love, but.
And whenever you do see a negative comment, just know that they're helping you by giving you engagement.
Yeah.
They gave you that view. They gave you that comment.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I started to track because I was doing the same thing. I think I've had 4 of those Jedi cosplay videos that have gone 10 views or more, and the last
we had
2
one guy going pretty good.
How it happened, and basically about like 4 or so hours into it, it would start to take off. I'd have maybe 20 views, and then it would start to take off about 4 hours into it, which is when I'm figuring the shorts feed basically picks it up and stops just showing it to my people and starts showing it to more people. And so then there's a couple times where I could go into the app and look, if I'd look at the video and it had, let's say it had 1,000, and then I click on the video itself and look at the tracker, it would have like 1,300 on the tracker, so that I know that in the time that it took it to refresh, it's already got, and when that happens, I knew that it was going to kind of go up towards like the 5,000. Then if I started getting really nasty comments, then I knew, okay, it's going to be 10K plus. As soon as the idiots start coming in with, oh, this is gay, that's cringe, man, then I know that it's affecting people enough and there's enough engagement that it's going to go nuts. So
because if they don't like the video, if it bothers them that much, they will watch it again. Absolutely. Just to be like, did I really not like? Yeah, this guy, this son of a gun.
No such thing as bad publicity.
A lot of time with shorts, as you're commenting, it's playing over and over again. So these guys that are like getting into comment wars with me are watching the video 50 times. I'll take that all day. Views. Whatever.
One thing. Oh, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. You're good. Well, especially with like TikTok, like I always reply to those comments.
Yeah.
Because then like they're gonna want to go and reply, and then they're gonna go and reply another comment.
That's true.
And another view.
Good point.
That's a good point. They're gonna go back and watch the video again while they're commenting. Like
and
reply to any comments.
Sometimes I'm nice, sometimes I'm funny, sometimes I'm just an ass. Sometimes I tell them your mama jokes. It doesn't. It's just kind of what I feel like. But
actually, one of the funnest thing as content makers when we send each other screenshots of like, look at this jackhole. Look what do I say? Like,
Yeah. I like those.
There's so many back and forths in our Instagrams where it's, look at this. I think I handled this well.
I take that as an open season type thing. I get a message that says, "Look at this motherfucker," and I'm like, "Ha ha!"
Brian will have your back. Yeah, Brian has your back, bro. I have had people. I had one guy, dude, and he straight up like He hated me, and he was just like, I can't tell you how much it bothered me that you hit 1,000 subscribers. He's like, I could not sleep that night. I was pacing in my house. He's like, because I can't stress to you how much you don't deserve it. And I was just like, I was like, Brian, what? Look at it. He's a dick, right? I'm like, what do I say to this? Like,
I'm glad I affected you enough.
He went after him. He was just like, don't be going after my dude. Like, and then where that guy really tucked tail and ran is that he didn't know that, I know Lando, and Lando came in on him, like, and that dude literally removed all of his comments and he left. Like, I didn't even have to really say much, but I was just like, wow. But I mean, there are people out there that are like that, man. They're miserable themselves and they wanna bring you down too, man. But one of the first pieces of advice I ever got when I first started YouTube is I watched those videos, like how to be successful on YouTube type of, how to YouTube for dummies, right? Yeah. And the very first piece of advice, and it's always sat with me in my heart, is nobody owes you views. Right. And like, that's so true. Cause you could always be like, well, I'm just gonna use this as an example. Well, why did Elvis not comment on my video? It's been up for 6 hours. Why haven't you commented? And I mean, it's very possible you might have watched it and clicked and liked it and whatever, and then clicked off, whatever. Or you maybe just genuinely didn't have time for it, or it didn't look interesting to you. Whatever it is, that shouldn't affect who you are as a person. You know what I mean?
Can I tell you a secret?
You dislike all my shit. That's totally cool.
No. The last video you put out, I forget what it was, but I watched it on my Apple TV and I couldn't find my phone. I'm like, oh, he's gonna be mad that I didn't comment on it. I had to go find my device because you can't comment on Apple TV.
I have a checkoff list of 60 people, and I'm like, if these people don't comment, dog, they're gone. They're
but
gone,
that crossed my mind. I was like, oh, I need to go find a device so I can comment on his video.
It's actually kind of cool for me. Like, I love the loyals, the people that, I mean, we all support each other, but I always love when someone's been gone for a while and then they come back, because it's like, oh shit, I haven't seen you in a while. Cool, thanks for thinking of me, and great to hear from you type of thing. But I just saw that dude begging for change. Oh shit, Lando ruined his career. Damn. But yeah, man. I mean, just have fun with it. Just remember, I mean, that's a silly, it would seem like obvious, advice, but just have fun. If it becomes, because there was a point I was like that too. Bless mama. But there were times where I was just like, the light in here sucks and I can't get anything and the zoom's not working and I don't like the angle and we're gonna have to reformat everything in this apartment. I hate it. And it's just like, dude, you're gonna talk about a toy lightsaber. Who cares? And it's just, it's good to challenge yourself. It's good to know what you want and fight for it. I firmly believe in that. But if it gets to the point where you just are your own worst critic to where you can't even enjoy, and that's what I'm saying, my first content, I can't watch it because it's not me. I even hear the voice and it's like, hey, this lightsaber, it's really cool. It's from Ultra Sabers, and it's not me at all. You know what I mean? So I think that's the biggest thing. Just make stuff you're proud of, man. It's cool. I show that's one of the genuine things that makes me happy is there are times where people will say Cody is legit my best friend, and when we first met, he was just like, dude, you don't understand how much you inspired me. He's like, your content literally made me want to start this. And I'm like, that's so cool. Weird for me to hear that, because I just felt that way for other people. You know what I mean? So it's that portion of it.
But I mean, that shows you what we're doing here, because that was when you had 300 subscribers, maybe,
Yep.
And you touched somebody enough to where they've started doing what you were doing because of what you were doing. So just know that there's somebody out there that's watching this that that likes
Santa.
It's gonna like it,
Out here touching people.
Hey, when you were telling Mama that, what are you talking about? Braden, cover your ears. Don't be listening to these guys.
There you go.
I wanted to clarify real quick too, because a second ago you were talking about not getting the zoom to work and lighting and all that. I think Jake phrased it really, really well earlier. It's not the quality of the video; it's the quality of the personality. And And you know, I meant to sound bougie earlier when I was like, I like fancy equipment because you know I like toys like that. But no, that's spot on because most of the people that I am in love with in this community are making stuff with their phones. You know, like so. Yeah, the equipment is definitely the least important when it comes to making stuff for YouTube.
Yeah.
I like that stuff. I like, you know, high resolution, well lit, good sounding stuff. But that if you're going to become a YouTuber, so I don't know if we're going to wrap this up with a final tip here, but if you're going to become a YouTuber, don't go spend money on stuff. You don't need it. Just be genuine, like Zach said. Have fun, like John said.
Grow with your channel. Grow.
Yeah.
Grow with
That's what
your
I'd say.
channel.
You've got a phone. Start with your phone, and make sure you want to do this, and make sure it's something because you can do everything that we're doing with a phone. Make sure it's something you want to do before you invest in a camera, invest in a microphone, invest in lights, and that may be something you want to do or that you don't want to do. You know, you don't. Look at Paradigm. Paradigm is not the best production quality, but I will watch every single one of his videos because that content is tight.
Solid. Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. But
Who?
You know.
Sorry, Scott. Sorry, Scott.
God damn.
I'm on the list.
Promise. But yeah, I think, like we've all said, be yourself. You know, that's the only way that you're going to be able to pull this off for as long as you can, or you know, for as much work as it takes to do this. If you're trying to be somebody that you're not going to be able to pull it off. So, be yourself. You know, be yourself.
All my content is from my phone, except for live streams.
Yeah. So,
I have a GoPro and I don't use it. For one,
I do mine on a GoPro mainly.
Yeah, I just don't have time to sit at the computer and merge it all.
Just out of curiosity,
phone's right here.
Just out of curiosity, and this will be my last question for everybody before we sign off. How long does it take you to create a video? So let's just say an average video that you've got that is not a shorts, so something with a thumbnail and all that on that. For me, and I'm not talking about the thinking and the planning and all that, just the setup, shooting, editing, posting. For me, probably takes me 20 minutes to get this room, because this is just a regular room that I set it up in. 20 minutes to do that. You know, 5 minutes to shoot the video to 7, and then maybe 30 minutes to edit because I've got it all in a timeline with my opens and everything in there so I can just pop them in there. So I'm talking 2 hours start to finish, not counting the planning. The pre-planning, I'll do that. Like, I'll think about the videos for 2 weeks beforehand so I kind of have it all in my head ready to go. But I'm typically doing it as one take. If there's some B-roll, it may take a little more editing, but I'm typically doing it as one take, and it doesn't take me a whole lot to produce these. And then I will usually sit down because the setup of getting everything lit takes longer than anything else. I'll usually try to shoot about 2 to 3 videos at once. So that's me for my process. I was just interested in what everybody's is.
That's about right.
Yeah, mine's pretty minimal. You know, whatever video I'm going to do, it depends if it's like 15, 20 minutes for the video itself. And then I'll just, you know, edit it right on the phone. The program that I use, the app that I use on my phone, I just splice in the intro thing, the outro, and then just, I say within an hour I can have it uploaded. You know, it's very minimal.
Well, I think Elvis is got a little bit more production involved.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, it's been getting smaller. Like the Ghostbuster video, I spent probably a fifth of the time on the Ghostbuster video as I did on my first lightsaber, the Antares.
Is that because you're getting better and just understanding, you know, kind of what you're doing?
Cooter fan over there.
Somebody finally noticed.
Yeah, so like the first video, like I had to figure out how to use Adobe Premiere Pro. Like I had never used it before, so I was just like, I'm I'm a quick learner. I'll learn this in a night. And I learned it in a night, but I probably spent 50 hours on that first video. No joke, just editing. I probably filmed it, that whole half hour of me talking, I probably filmed that 4 or 5 times. And then I liked sections of each one and decided to cut them into one conversation. So I had to like go find that part where I talked about it and then place it into this conversation. And if you look close, you'll see a whole bunch of times where my face just kind of quickly goes like this to this. And that's a morph cut where I'm actually cutting 2 together and it looks like I'm turning my head, but really it's 2 different cuts. And so that one morph cut would take 20 minutes to render for that 10 frames or whatever that it morphs. It would take 20 minutes just to render that. So yeah, 50 hours at least on that first video. But like now, I mess with it for a while. I mean, I probably spend 6 hours, between filming and editing, but it's a lot less. And now, if I don't get it in the first cut, I'm like, fuck it. I'm not even gonna post it. Like, I don't want to do it again.
Well, here's the thing: mistakes are part of it, man. Put the mistakes in there.
Yeah,
they belong. They belong.
The hardest part for me is just starting. Like, as soon as I hit record, and Jake always makes, a joke about it when he starts a video, but that is truly the hardest part for me.
Yeah, it is.
That's where I'll let myself make a whole bunch of mistakes and start over. But
well, and that's why I came up with that stupid slogan, because that'll just get me talking each time. And I started too, just with that tease, and I probably started that maybe 4 months in, where it's just like a little 5-second tease of what it's, and that basically in my mind kind of, I'm putting the gist of this video into 10 seconds. So that then spit out my standard, welcome to Darth Rage review shit. And then I just kind of go right into it. It's real easy.
I love it. I wish I had that. Like, when I started my video, I was like, welcome back to the channel. Wait, I'm not Lando. Or, what is up, everybody? Oh, I'm not Cody. Like,
yo, what's going down with the flock? Oh, shit.
What's going down with the flock?
Yeah, right.
Like, hello, friends and neighbors. I forget the whole line. Like,
your other source for the
every
force.
time, trust me.
I wish I had that tagline, and out of lack of choices, because I wanted to go with Saber fans, and then I caught on to not Mace Windu, Space Windu, but that's his tagline, and I'm like, God damn it! Even the one I came up with, I can't use. So I ended up with Star Wars fans. I ended up saying that, which I hate, but at least I can just say that, and I don't think about starting the video anymore. I don't get caught up, and I just say, hey, Saber fans, and I just go into the video. I don't get worked up about it anymore. Yeah.
The friends and neighbors bit, that's well, I shouldn't say it's a bit. I mean it, but like Zach's got the flock, Rage has the acolytes. That's just I don't call them my subscribers. They're my friends and neighbors. That's just how
The neighbors.
that. Not only that, but I mean it gives me a way to start the video off, and once the pump is primed, then I just go off and just roll, and then I always end the video the same way, and then that's just my it's once I get started, it just goes. But you're right. Jake was right. Getting it started is the hard part.
Yeah.
So.
What Victoria says in the comments there, it's funny how like the videos you'll see with me and my girls are the ones that are one takes, because I only have patience enough to do one take. I mean, especially when I've got a kid who's like,
Holding the
Daisy Duck.
Disney Plus, Kellogg's, get your spoons. I'm like, okay, that's great.
When she held the Daisy Duck up to the camera after her sister held the lightsaber up, I actually paused it and waited for my wife to walk through the kitchen. I was like, come look at this. You got to see this.
I loved it.
But other than that, it's the videos where it's just me and I'm trying to like I'm showing something. I will sit there and I'm like, I'm Mel Tillis, but she says Foghorn Leghorn for the youngsters.
Yeah.
I say.
That's something I do a lot. I've noticed on some of my own
and it's
videos.
really hard for me to not go cut those out.
I'd
Because
go,
that's all I hear. when I watch my videos now, I'm like, oh man, that's like the 50th time I said, oh, I'm like, it bothers the hell out of me.
It sounds like I'm in the beginning of a Lonely Island song or something. Bird.
Boom, mow, mow, boom, mow,
Yeah,
mow.
right.
The only time I'll do a cut is if I'm in the middle of doing a video and then the dogs hear something outside and they go barking. Then I gotta pause the video, backtrack, edit it out, and yeah. But other than that, it's just one take. Whatever it is, it is.
Yeah.
So,
Currently, for me, this is probably the longest time for me. I have to shoot my videos like a week, maybe a week and a half in advance sometimes. It's hard to get content in right now, just having 2 kids, one of them being a newborn. There are some days. There are some days. You guys will see in my next couple of videos, I'm actually in this format. I'm up close because I just didn't have the time to set everything up. And then, poor mama is just always... This kid does not let her put him down, period. And so there are some days. So usually I have to kind of plan around, like if they go to the store or, if they go do laundry somewhere or something, then I'm like, okay, I have a solid couple of hours to film, whatever. So I try to knock out a couple at a time.
Yeah.
That's kind of hard to stay energized because you finish 2 and you're like, I'm already set up. Like I should do one more, and it's just like, oh, I don't want to, but no, it's.
And then you edit it, and you're like, oh, I don't even remember saying that. That's good.
Oh, I do that all the time. I'll say something, and Sarah's dying laughing. I'm like, I'm such a jackass. The things I say in my videos, like, I'm all, who even am I when I talk? Sometimes, like, I don't even remember saying that, but. Yeah. So as far as setting up goes, that sometimes that can take like 30 minutes. Honestly, I know that sounds crazy, but my camera, just there's a lot that goes into it, so that can take a while. As far as like importing it too, because I shoot it in 4K, so that takes a while too, and then editing it, everything. So on a good note, because my videos even take longer on YouTube sometimes. It can take up to 48
that's why
hours.
I don't do 4K, just because it would basically probably quadruple the time I've got to spend on it.
Yeah, there are times my videos
longer.
Yeah, there are times my videos take almost 48 hours to upload. Like it'll upload, but the processing HD takes. Like I forget sometimes. I'm like, oh shit, I have like today I have a video ready to roll. I was gonna drop it today and I forgot. Like I was just like, oh shit, I have a video, so it's ready to roll on Monday. Like but yeah, so like yeah, it can take a while for me. But I'm gonna do these ones a couple. I shot like 3 or 4 where I'm just sitting like this, and it's actually easier although I struggled. I'm gonna have to reshoot this one because this lightsaber. I'm sad. Like you guys can't even see it. Like you know what I mean. But it's just too reflective. I'm not gonna. It's sad. So I was even trying to. I was even trying. Yeah, it just has like an aura to it. You can't even see it, but yeah, man, it can take a while sometimes for me. So I'm like embarrassed. Like sometimes it embarrasses me. I'm like it's not as easy as it used to be for me to just film on my phone and go, but it's cool. In the end, I'm really happy with the production of it and everything. So I feel like it comes out pretty good. And I'm very fortunate. My wife lets me have, that's why I was like, if you give me a solid corner of the living room, like it's just for me, then like the rest of the house you guys can have, like, so at least.
And that's kind of the agreement that I've got. I've been married now, 25 years, 26 years.
Wow.
So my wife gets to decorate the entire house and I get one bedroom. And so this bedroom, I've just basically thrown up the pop culture everywhere. It's mainly Star Wars and one wall of other stuff. But yeah, but I'm happy. It's the smallest bedroom in the house. I don't care.
Hey, girl.
Hey, you zoom in.
No, my lip was pierced, did you?
Mace's gonna clap them cheeks.
Oh.
Yeah. I did not know that.
The hardest thing
I did. But our Facebook stalked you when you started talking to me.
Bruh.
I was like, who is this guy?
Did we ever tell you guys that story? He made me laugh one time. Back in the day, I used to just do my own, like, by myself streams, And one day, Brian, it was late, too, dude. It was me and Mama. We were talking about the fact that I used to have, Brayden probably won't even know what this is. I used to have emo hair. And believe it or not, bro, like that was me. Like I was like, Hawthorne Heights, like, just always like me and my boys used to have our hair in sync when we flip. Like that's what the chicks liked. So whatever. But So I was talking about my hair to everybody, and Brian commented, I preferred like his mohawk days or something, and I was like, wait, how did he know I had a mohawk? And like, it didn't dawn on me till the next day. He was like, hey, I just wanted to clarify something. I was kind of wondering how you knew I had a mohawk, but yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah. Like that one time at that picnic at that family reunion, your hair was really awesome that day. Like,
there you go. Oh, dude. If people act like they're on social media, and the second you add somebody and you're not stalking their profile to know what they were doing in 2011, and y'all are lying. Y'all are lying. Right? Like, don't even play with me. The thing that gets me is when people have pictures of their exes on their social media, and you know there was somebody new, and you're like, why do you have this picture? What do you? That's just like a fight waiting to happen, bro. I don't understand it.
Well, it's the one thing I don't envy.
He's like, what?
One thing I don't envy Braden.
Everything gets removed. Like, you do not mention them at all. Yeah. It's as if you never
to them
talked
as
to them.
The asshole.
Like, I was out of college before digital cameras became a thing. So all of my stupidity in high school, nobody documented that shit, you know? It happened, but nobody knows, and there's no proof. So
yeah, I'm so glad.
You know, I feel sorry for my kids and
cancel
kids,
culture.
You know, just be careful, man. Be careful.
Yeah.
Everything can be traced back to you. Just remember that.
Out there. It's
have
always
you seen
out
the
there.
devious licks thing going around TikTok?
The what?
The devious licks thing.
Oh,
is that the cat?
There's high school pranks where they're having them like steal fire extinguishers.
Yeah,
they're doing different things in different schools. You can steal. Like locally, they're stealing soap dispensers from the high schools. It's really weird.
There's no soap dispensers in my high school, and one of my rival high schools, someone took a sink off the wall on video.
Going to jail.
That's
but like they're doing.
I mean, that's like a step up from the. That's a step up from the dumb fucks that were eating the Tide Pods. Like, we're making progress, but we ain't getting there the speed that we need to.
And like, when I was growing up, that would have happened, like, you know, in my high school. And maybe like a rival high school might have heard about it and done something. But now,
then go shit in someone's sink. Shit in the sink. Don't put it out of the wall.
That's exactly what happened in my high school. Like some kids.
That's what I was gonna say.
I
was like, in my day, we shit in the Nemesis school sink. That was the cool thing to do.
And I could see.
I was barely even in high school, so when I was there, it seemed cool.
Yeah, you could steal all the soap dispensers, take them to like the gym, and like pile them all up. That would be funny. But they've taken them. What are they gonna do with all the soap dispensers?
Fucking cool.
Yeah,
you're gonna look for someone on like Etsy or something like, do you need a soap dispenser? Because I've got 25. just sitting here.
Sometimes I cannot with Cole, dude.
Always a fun.
That's true, because he's Cole's one of the few people that I Facebook stalked. I Facebook stalked Darth Phoenix because I was like, who are we talking to? I gotta go figure out who this guy is. But this one time, I messaged Cole and I was like, "You're in Texas, right?" And he's just like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, whoops."
Whoa.
Like I may have looked through your Instagrams and saw the senator sign in the front yard. Nice pool, by the way.
God damn.
You're running low on peanut butter. Let me go get you some real quick.
Well, he has he's got like 1,000 photos of him creating his pool in his backyard, so it's actually pretty cool to go back and look at. Yeah,
dude, Cole is like amazing for many reasons, but one, he loves X-Men, and I am right there. I freaking love X-Men, dude, and all the stuff he always posts about all of it. I'm just like, as much as Avengers are cool, but I have always loved X-Men, dude. So like, he had his lightsaber collection. Shits on mine. Like, I have a couple cool ones, but Cole has a really nice lightsaber collection. It's crazy.
His lightsaber collection shits on a lot of people's. So yeah,
It's facts.
he's got a
Your
wall.
lightsaber collection shits on all of ours, so I can
Yeah.
only,
Ooh.
can only imagine the shit that Cole's taken on all of our life. How did this get on Cole shitting on our lightsabers?
I don't know.
It just happens. Just roll with it.
The one time he got on the stream and like he showed us the wall, I was like,
That was
"Oh
my
my
stream.
God."
I'm very proud of
Yeah.
that fact. I got Cole on a stream once. I was very,
I'm
very
sorry I
happy
missed
about
that.
that.
I know. I've been.
It was
trying.
late. It was one of those like 12-hour streams we did, but it was late.
Oh.
It was like I think Elvis might have been the one person watching still. Honestly, like
No, I was
there.
on
I
that
was
stream. That was
watching.
my first stream.
oh yeah,
actually.
Brian too. Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, damn it.
Can we start referring to him as Cole Nobe?
Oh yeah, dude. The drawings of Cole that Cole does, everything is just it's. Love Cole. I love Cole. Great human being.
Cole movie. I love it.
That might be
That's
the new
awesome.
thing.
Yes.
All right. Well, gentlemen,
The fuck?
I think I'm going to have to call it a night.
That sounds
Aw.
great,
It's
man.
the best stream.
Cool.
He said it. It's official.
Good.
It is
Cole said he's
official.
blushing.
Signed
Uh,
and delivered.
There goes your invitation to mine next to stream, Blue Mamba.
Bro, don't listen. He doesn't even have a Vader, bro. So don't
I know.
even listen to him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Trying to
wouldn't
tell
invite
me
him
he
either,
has
man. He
two.
does not even have
You
a
don't even have one.
pretty sure he's faking this whole Vader thing.
Yeah.
He paid Matt. He's all post this on Facebook or on Instagram, please.
Yep.
Just tell him it's
barely
mine.
has an Anakin costume.
Yeah, that rope's
Yeah.
polyester. It's not even real stuff.
Shut the-
Did you guys see that I tagged him on Instagram and I put this dude hates sand and it was
Yes.
him in his Anakin cosplay? Oh, dude, I made myself laugh on that one. I was like, that's hilarious.
This dude hates sand.
That
Well,
Anakin, the
gentlemen-
glove is on point.
Oh, it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
I love that glove.
Mhm.
But I do want to
Because the
thank you
glove
guys
was
all
in-
for being here.
Yes, thanks for having
this
me.
was my
Thanks for
first.
having us.
Yeah, man.
I do plan on doing this, maybe once a month or so. So I hope to have
Yeah.
all you guys back again to do it again.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for contributing. And we put out 2.5 hours of content for like 10 people, but they all
Hell
loved
yeah.
it because they stayed the whole fucking time. So
Hell yeah.
And
Thank
we
you,
love
guys.
you guys.
I appreciate everybody for coming here. And if you guys haven't, please go visit these other guys and give them a subscribe. You can see them all. Their names are all in there. Phoenix is Phoenix Saber Fonts on here on the YouTube. So, and he's Cooter fan. Brian's Cooter fan.
Yeah.
Just look up Cooter fan.
Your other sources
Mid-Ohio
to the
Jedi
Force.
Order. Mid-Ohio Jedi. And everybody's probably already subscribed to Zach,
There we
but
go.
he's Darth Raven's Nerd's Nest, which is funny. If I type Darth Ravens in my search engine, the second thing down is Darth Raven's Bird's Nest, which is awesome. I don't know if it's something weird on mine but everybody try to just start typing in Darth Ravens and see how many
Interesting.
down Bird's Nest is.
5-second story. When I was doing Revan research for my Revan mask, when I typed Darth Revan, it says, "Do you mean Darth Ravens?"
That's
Like
fucking
it
awesome.
now thinks,
Bro,
yeah,
that's how
it's
you
like,
know we made it.
man.
That's how you know we made
Awesome.
it.
Right.
That's recognition.
Spell it with a Z.
Recognition. All right, guys. Thank y'all for coming. I do appreciate it. Everybody, thank y'all for watching, and
Good
we will
night,
see you
all.
next time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Stay Sith.